So, hallo, wir sind zurück mit Trace in Reverie, nachdem wir das letzte Mal so ziemlich eigentlich uns Crossbiff zurückgeholt haben. Naja, fast. Also bevor dann ein riesigen Laser auf Jewel Naval Fortress abgefeuert wurde und sozusagen der ganze Kontinent gerade von einer extrem großen Waffe bedroht wird. Upsi. Gucken wir mal, wie es weitergeht. Auf jeden Fall erstmal direkt so melancholische Stimmung. Wenn ich melancholisch bin? Ja doch, melancholisch hat schon hin. The commotion in the city is starting to calm down to a degree. Gajia also helped us recover all of the remaining Zausadas and transport them into the Geofront. The remaining members of the Air Defense Force will willingly surrender themselves too. As for Idia Bloody, she's been taken to the hospital. She's exhausted, but in no danger. Thanks, Helios, for that. She's in good hands with Dr. Sayland. Speaking of the doctor, sounds like Remedia's surgery was a success. It's a shame can't see her yet, but at least I know she's alright. See you soon. For now, we need to decide on our next move. Who knew something like that would show up on Lake Elm? The Retributive Tower. You've probably seen it's scale enough to annihilate something the size of Juno Naval Fortress in an instant. From what I can see, it powers itself through the spirit wings. Its energy is amplified and reflected by the combat shell satellites in the sky, which then direct them towards a desired target. The technology to fire a beam of its strength with such precise accuracy just doesn't exist in the Empire. But Elysium can realize it. Thought so. The fortress's troops were stationed elsewhere at the time of the attack, so by the grace of the goddess, no lives were lost. Was impressive ist, aber wahrscheinlich auch calculated war von Elysium. I'm more ashamed that my old castle could fall so easily. I don't think any fortress could have withstood a blast like that. The aim was to show its monstrous capabilities, and it served its purpose well. You need only to look at our neighbors' reactions to see that, particularly Calvard's. Indeed. You talked to their new president just earlier, didn't you, sir? I did, yes. Yeah, they worthy of such praise. I truly regret that we've been unable to bring this crisis to a conclusion faster, Mr. President. President Roy Gramhard. It's good to have this line of communication open to us again. Now I believe it would be wise to discuss how to address that new weapon of mass destruction.
それならばすでに我が国は準備を開始しています。あの大戦に間に合わなかった戦力をすぐにでも動かせるくらいにはね。
I see. Surely aware of the extremely delicate position Große finds itself in at present. If Erebonia or even Calvard were to try and intervene with force, well...
もちろん承知の上です。それでもあのような宣言があった以上、断固たる対応に動くのは国家として必然でしょう。
次なる裁きの地はカルバード共和国バラティエ空軍基地。天の雷は一切の躊躇も区別もなくかの地を怪人と化すだろう。次の国言は人七〇〇。統一国への賛同。各国首脳には改めて賢明なご判断を期待する。
Ich bin mal wirklich sehr gespannt, eigentlich dann mal zu sehen im Calvard Arc, wie dann so die Response von so von so der normalen calvardianischen Person halt einfach darauf ist, auf dem was eigentlich so passiert ist.
共和国軍の総司令部である主要基地がはっきり標的と宣言されたのです。むしろ本来ならば実際に被害を被った帝国が真っ先に動くのが筋ではないでしょうか。
I do regret the position your country has been placed in after a problem that erupted within our borders, but could you not give us a little more time to resolve this on our own? I assure you that we are not sitting idly by while your nation is threatened.
もちろんそうでしょう。非公式だが、それなりの人員も集まりつつあるようだ。ですが、お分かりですね。共和国の協力を断る以上は、帝国の正規兵力も協力できない。そしていよいよ国限が差し迫った場合、共和国は独自にでも動かざるを得ないと。
Also wir haben jetzt einen Time von 3 Stunden sozusagen. Oder sogar noch weniger. Better than Grumhard, sir. Yeah, I fully understand that.
ならば結構。要請さえあれば、共和国軍はいつでも動けます。どうか、お早めのご決断を。マクダエル議長閣下。
Was ist eigentlich so das ähnliche Ding abzuziehen, wie es Ostborn gemacht hat? Ja, von dir, aber im Gegenzug wollen wir, wie wäre es euer ganzer Staat? It was about him ruining an exaggeration, at least. If anything, they didn't exaggerate enough. I've heard his actions since the war have made him very popular in the Republic. Until now, we feared that Calvard would use the Supreme Leader as an excuse to invade, but the tower changed everything. They know as little about it as we do, so of course he would be hesitant about approaching it. It's the right move. Playing his card has no downsides for them. I don't doubt that as soon as they have a grasp of the situation, they'll use it as an excuse to intervene and claim Crossbill as their own. I think my only option may be to request both the Republic and the Empire's aid after all. No. Oh, grandfather. The lives of the entire continent are on the line. You don't have much choice. By doing so would cement Cosper's status as a country unable to handle crises within its own borders. But it killed its chance of independence for good. It's almost an impossible choice to make. Knowing where the next target will be works to the Republic's advantage as well. As does knowing that, while it's an important military base, it can be rebuilt with ease, unlike Juno. The deadline is also generous enough to give them time to evacuate civilians in the vicinity of the blast. I'm sure preparations are already underway. Or dare to say that even if the worst should happen, Calvard will walk away with minimal damage at most. Lucky son of bitches. And here we were thinking things would get easier after the sly old fox they had before 423 was out of the picture. The delay could still work in our favor. It might mean we've bought enough time to take care of the tower ourselves. It'll take half a day or more or nothing at all. Wouldn't bust out the champagne or that just yet. Agreed. The reports that there are far fewer towers at stationed in the city now compared to when it was first occupied. There's only one other place they'll be, so the bulk of them are defending the tower then. Did you figure that the city would be liberated again from the start? Surely not. Actually, after all that's happened so far, anything is possible. I lean toward it personally. Our foe's real goal was unveiling this giant weapon all along. At this point, just who is our foe? It doesn't sound as though Elysium itself has a will of its own. That's right, it needs an administrator. The answer is whoever ousted me from that position and took it for themselves. That all has continued unabated even after the Supreme Leader's demise suggested it wasn't him. He would have been the most obvious answer. Our options otherwise are very few. I'll be honest, I'm not sure this is something Calvard and Erebonia's armies can solve. I don't think so either. The tower is capable of more destruction than even the past war if left unchecked. Well said. That's our Juno.
その通りだ。そのために俺たちは戦ってきたし、何度でも立ち上がってこられた。どんな壁が立ちはだかっても、今回だって同じだろう。ああ、俺たちトーレス関係者も。今、俺に起きている異変も含めて、何としても解決してみせる。俺を大切に思ってくれる仲間たちと、これからも前を向いていくためにも。
Marine? Yeah, we're right there with you. It best you to swallow you all we can, too. Cosper and Erebonia are neighbors, yes, but it's more that we've overcome enough as a team that we would never back out now. Yeah, teamwork's made the dream work enough times before, so why wouldn't we help? We, of course, are also here for you. Yeah, do you guys love these cute speeches? I'd bust one out too, if I had one to give. Yet for all we have on our side, there are still limits to what we can do. The real key to our success is her. True, as long as Elysium plays such a large role, its former administrator is going to make or break this. She's the best, perhaps the only hope you have of seeing tomorrow. Your name is Navis, right? Hate to put this kind of pressure on you, but we're absolutely going to need you in this upcoming operation. Will you help us? What?
あなたたちに力を貸すなんてごめんだわ。
You did not just say no. Read the room, Lapis. That's how our girl is. She doesn't let anyone push her into doing what she doesn't want to. So like you're bossing her around or something trivial. She can't go screw you guys, I'm out of here when the stakes are this damn high. You're saying no because you only want to help your friends?
勘違いしないで。相手がルーファスだって同じ。私が手を貸すんじゃない。むしろその逆よ。今回の事件の中心にはエリュシオンがある。だったらその解決は元管理者である私の使命であり責任だわ。つまりこの場じゃ私が一番の当事者なの。そこを履き違えないで。
Ich finde diesen Bait-and-Switch, den Lapis jetzt sieht, aber eigentlich auch sehr cool, aber es passt eigentlich gut auch zu ihrem Character Development.
むしろあなたたちこそ全力で私に協力してもらうんだから。
Hey, turn it around, LP. She is technically correct. How does that technically matter?
よくないの。大切なことじゃない。
She's more of a character than you led me to believe, Ian. And believe me, I'm just as surprised at how much she's grown. Your friends have no doubt played a vital part in that. Can't argue with that logic. The distinction works in our favor too. We're here as friends, but as Erebonians, we can't officially interfere in Crossbill's affairs at the moment. I'm sure that was at the back of some of our minds when we agreed to step in. It was, but we are past the point where we can claim this only involves Crossbill. All of our lives are at stake here. At risk here. We want to help, but even if we didn't want to, this affects us as much as it does Crossbill. Crossbill, Erebonia, Liberal, it's everyone's problem all across the map. Yeah, it's a lot of people when you think about it. Yeah, but all across the maps, right. And we need everyone we can to get to help Lapis and overcome this. Still, Neutron never turned away helping Hand when they needed it. Force never turned them away either. Nor did the SSS. And we won't turn them away now. Exactly. What just happened? Are you ignoring me? Nope. We helped everyone feel like a team, that's all. Good girl, I'm so proud of you. I don't get why. I'd like to turn our discussion to what our present objectives should be. Lapis, how exactly should we go about stopping the tower? Elysium came to be through the Orban network and spirit reigns. It existed in an entirely intangible state, so we taking control of it would normally be impossible. Right now, though, it exists in physical form through the tower's central terminal. That much is clear to me now that the signal jamming is gone. In other words, right now we have a chance. Does this will make it possible for you to reinstate yourself as administrator. As long as we can reach the tower's center and I can wire myself directly to it, yes. If we do that, both the tower and the divine lightning should cease to function. Then we have our mission. One that's a lot easier said than done. Oh yeah. Houses are going to be difficult enough to pass, and the tower itself is built like a fortress. It's also worth noting that it's being protected by some sort of barrier which draws in near energy. The barrier's mana is so dense that I doubt even railway guns could break it. It's that durable? I fear it would be something like that. Before I can even think of teleporting aside, we need to take care of that barrier. We don't have anything strong enough, stronger than the railway guns in Crossbill, so if even they aren't up to the task... Let's not forget that the tower sits over a lake. We have one Merkaba hidden and ready for use, but it isn't going to be as easy as to get as the Escher Tree Wars. Not without enemy being armed to the teeth. My Merkaba is undergoing repairs in Erebonia with the courageous too, so that one's out. We could have taken care of it if you had our Divine Knights, but unfortunately we're gonna be facing one instead on top of everything else. Yeah, there's gotta be something we can do though. Could it be Angie, George? Wait. Rita? Good to see you as well. Good to see you as always, Emma. Of course, she decides to swoop in right as you're discussing how to overcome a new or powering weapon. You don't always have to make a show of coming in to save the day, Rita. Oh, because you've never done it 1,000 times yourself, Grandmother. I just couldn't afford to stay away, knowing the society, the professor mainly, is involved. After the force is getting in on protecting the beautiful ladies of Samuria from this new threat, then how could I skip out? If I get in on this action, I might get in on that action, you know what I mean? If only we didn't. You look well, Gro. Same to you guys. I thought we were still in Arturia, Father Thomas. Must mean our ever-electing superiors realize they can't leave this to chance. You would be correct, even they can't ignore a broadcast so damning. So the SSS has been very busy. Hopefully I can give congrats once I'm back in Grospel. Hold on to the congrats, our work's not done yet. I'm conducting an independent investigation in the Empire from what I have heard. At the request of none other than the Prince himself here. You may be unable to mobilize the Imperial Army, but there is a way to catch the enemy unawares, even if it involves an element of luck. If it works, however, you'll be able to get inside the tower. Really? What's the way then? Please, my dear. Inspire the surprise? Dad and I rather don't think we can afford to be too cautious with Elysium. That's smart of you, we can't rule out them being able to listen in on us somehow. What a horrific possibility. Shall we get to work on our operation? If you're willing to support me in that endeavor, of course, Commander Belts and Toba. I'd never turn it down. If until it hits, wir haben 5 Stunden, nicht 3. Till it has 1700 oder, yeah. 700 hours to pull this off, so time is of the essence. Let's begin at once. Prince Olivier, Commander Bells, and Toa began ironing out the details on how to enter the tower. The assault team, comprised of the SSS, Class 7, and Rufus's party led them to prepare for this grand battle. They agreed that the best use of the time would be to rest and recharge while touring the newly liberated crossbell. This is going to be our last chance to prepare, but we've got less than half a day left, so there's only going to be so much that we can do. The bulk of the responsibility right now is with the commander and the others who are formulating a plan either way. Yeah, but we're still responsible for preparing for the fighting we're gonna be doing once we're in the tower. Indeed, I would like to tour the region and see how everything is doing while we can too. The bike studies I got our hands on from the Rainfall Company should help us there. I'll explain the basics of fighting them later on. Thanks. How long have you been carrying those glasses around, by the way? I thought my mask would draw too much attention when walking around the city. Leider hab schon mal seine Maske ausgerüstet. The sky blends for everything. Shall we meet again here just before the operation is scheduled to begin then? Do you want now so that you may face what comes next without regrets? Huh? Makes sense, I guess. We shouldn't be getting too friendly with them. Wait, Lord Rufus. Can I help you, detective? So you look like you have something to say. Oh, I do. Thinking about it, this is our first time speaking since the Panic Rule before the war. Now that you mention it.
鳥かごの一件のお詫びと受け取ってくれてもいい。ミシュラムから軍も引き上げるので、改めて楽しんできたらどうかね。
ご配慮感謝します。一発殴りたくて仕方ありませんが。
If you're hoping to try and make good on what is said then, I would not be opposed to humoring you. But I would have thought there were better ways to use what precious little time you have left to us. I'm to agree. That's why I think it would be fruitful for you to travel around Crossbill with us. It's not possible to change the past, but during the upcoming operation, we will be fighting on the same team. The more time we spend preparing together, the easier I think we'll find it to back one another up if things get dicey. What do you say? Huh. Alright. You share loads for you on the matter. I can't deny there's bad blood between us, but the stakes are too damn high here to be petty. Far from me to second guess our leader. That's right for you, always look at the bigger picture. You gotta hand it to the guy. We'd like to come along too. The rest of my classmates have their own preparations to make, so they won't be joining us, but we have to learn as much as we can in their place. We've been going around separately until now, so we all need to see how everyone else fights. But even putting all of that aside, there's something I want you to see. I want you to see the strength of Crossbill's people. I want you to witness how even in times as hopeless as these, we never give up. Here's just pass. Keine Ahnung, wie das ausgesprochen wird. Well, seen reasonable views. Yay, we get to hang out with Risha again. Who is our ex? Risha, maybe? Didn't know you knew them. It's a funny story. We met not that long ago. We are part of a secret assassins club. What? Like we needed any more crazy kids. Yes, I'm all ears if there's something you want to say. Who was what? Did he do something?
かつてエリシオンの制御が奪われる直前、私は最後の未来演算をした。その時、この人のことがちらっと見えた気がするの。
Wait. Something going to happen to him?
心配しなくても別に死んだところを見たとかじゃないわ。かなり断片的で、なんとなくだけど。今回の事件、その裏にある真実、解き明かせるとしたら、おそらくあなただけよ。
Me?
あなたにしか条件を揃えられない。見えたのはその結論だけで、どうやってそこに至るかもわからないけど。
I sure wish we had a few more details to go on. But that's a hard story to ignore, given Elysium's ability to predict the future. Okay, I'll keep what is said in mind. Thanks for telling me, Labis. I'm sure we will need all the help we can give once this whole thing kicks off. I thought I told you that this is my problem that you are saving, you are helping me. So you did. Chase it off then. Once operations are complete, we need to reassemble on the tower's rooftop. Yeah, so let's make sure that when we do, we're heading out with no regrets. Alright. About the final preparation period. At this time, you can explore the entirety of Crossbill with certain party members. Those not in your party will remain in town, so you're welcome to seek them out for a chat. Unlike when traveling in town with a limited party, all party members can be used when on highways or in dungeons. Open the party menu upon venturing onto the highway or entering a dungeon and choose your active party members. So, ja, wir haben jetzt ein bisschen sehr viel Freiheiten. Die erste Freiheit, die wir uns nehmen werden, ist, dass wir endlich mal Rubens die scheiß Maske wegnehmen. So. Und da müssen wir jetzt gucken. Ich muss erstmal gucken, was haben wir jetzt alles für Möglichkeiten und Sachen, die wir machen können. Da muss ich erstmal in den Guide reingucken. Wir können theoretisch jetzt das 4. Stadium, also man könnte theoretisch das 4. Stadium im Reverie Corridor machen. Wir haben ja eh schon, das schon länger unlocked aufgrund meines Carryovers. So. Roof is covered shade. Das ist das, was ja angesprochen wurde, ne? Roof is covered shade. Ah. Ja, so covered ist das nicht, aber fair enough. Das wollte man gerade normalerweise kriegen. Don't see other places you can research. Ja, also wir können theoretisch in den Reverie Corridor gehen. Kleiner Lore-Point zum Reverie Corridor, was hier passieren würde. Was primär passieren würde, ist einfach nur, dass der Administrator vom Reverie Corridor sagen würde, okay, ihr behaltet eure Erinnerungen von das allem, was jetzt außerhalb des Reverie Corridors passiert ist, aber wenn ihr rausgeht, werdet ihr trotzdem nicht die Erinnerungen behalten, die im Reverie Corridor passiert sind. Dementsprechend haben sie im Reverie Corridor ein bisschen mehr Kontext in dem, was passiert ist und sind sich mittlerweile nun einig, okay, wir sind eine Party, aber ja. So, jetzt das Secret Hidden Trophy. Okay, es gibt eine Secret Trophy. Muss ich da mal gucken, was es damit auf sich hat. Beziehungsweise ein Secret Achievement wäre es dann im System. Okay. Was haben wir jetzt? Wir haben jetzt sehr viel offen. Gut. Ich folge übrigens den ganzen Guide, was jetzt gleich passiert. Und wir haben wahrscheinlich dann auch das Ding, dass wir dann auch die Novel lesen können. Ob ich das jetzt schon machen oder ob ich mir das noch für mal extra aufheben? Gehen wir erstmal zurück in August rein. Überlege ich mir noch. So, wir haben erstmal im ersten Floor. So hier irgendwo. Das heißt fürs, ja. Lectern Dieter. Hi Dieter, you've been here speaking with Secretary Arundel? Yeah, happened upon him while doing some intelligence gathering. We were just exchanging information on the state of things abroad. I don't have the same access to info as I did back with the old intelligence division, so I don't go expecting too much. From what I've heard, Calvard is gathering their forces by the border near Altair. Can also confirm that the CID operatives stationed in Cross the City have begun to take action. In other words, we can assume the Republic has gotten wind about the progress of our little operation. And it saves us the trouble of having to get in contact with them. Give them a good show. Yeah, I'm always up for a challenge. Oh, and as for all the other countries and how they're dealing with the panic, Liberian Roman Fair have things under control. Sweet. So they already responded then. They may be able to keep Calvard in check depending on how things go. You'll have to do the best with the hand we are dealt. There's no sense in leaving things up to chance. Let's use our connections to get in touch with as many prominent figures as we can. We may be able to turn things in our favor. Oh yeah, the former CEO of the IBC must have quite the contact list. Please, it's been years since I resigned. Still, hopefully some of them haven't changed the numbers, so I'll make use of what I have to do what I can. Appreciate it, Dieter. Thank you. You didn't thank me, Lloyd. I'm really making up for past mistakes and doing what I can to avoid repeating them. I once lived in the name of justice, rejecting a world that gave birth to pointless war. By the end, I was merely dancing in the palm of my daughter's hand. It was all a farce. Nevertheless, my desire for a world without war hasn't changed. I'll do everything within my power to see the dream come true. Okay. Dann Floor 35. Wir haben noch Gajia und wir haben eine Character Page für Gaius. Die Frage ist, wo chillen die? He's wrong Garcia. Yeah, I figured you guys would show up. So this is where we ran off to Garcia. I heard you took the members of the Evan Defense Force as a return to normal and helped with the liberation mission. So these two also took part? No, they were here, so I figured I could put them up to work after the effects of the dance wore off. Somehow they are though, pretty damn users. Why do you say that? You're such like everyone else who hasn't broken free from the effects of the dance. They're still kissing Rufus's ass. You've served under Lord Rufus' errors in Cerebral and Civil War. You had the ambition of a man with half his talent and rank. You do anything to see the future you sought become reality. And for what? We lost a great war and now our dreams have been crushed yet again. Our glorious Lord Rufus has been slain. So how could we possibly change sides at this point? As men who serve under him, it is our final show of loyalty to see where this all ends. You two are that devoted? Sound understandable. Bruce earned a reputation for being even more charismatic than the proper Duke Erebonia before the Civil War. You must have seen quite a dream in a man. My lord, but fair and better, how are you here? Who's to say? Perhaps a ghost is standing before you. Regardless, I have my doubts that you truly understood what that man desired. Approval. Above all, he wanted to surpass his true father and be recognized, that's all. Can't be true, and even if it was, it wouldn't have deterred you from seeing the United Nation in a new era come to fruition. Don't make me laugh. You're not the revolutionaries, you insurgents blinded by delusion. Stop and open your eyes. There was nothing more than an escaped convict mounting an insurrection that threatened the entire world. A new era? A United Nation? Mere words meant to glorify his despicable actions. It's surreal hearing that come from your mouth, of all people. If no rebuttal, maybe you were just intoxicated by the idea of changing the world. Thought I understood you in a way that no one else could. After hearing all that, how can we go on claiming it was anything but a delusion? Why? Why did you agree to take part in any of this? What's the point? Finally got it through your thick skulls, huh? Hate to tell you that there are still plenty more where these two idiots came from. So don't go thinking you're some hero just because you dressed down two missy soldiers. Yes, I'm well aware. That's why our attention is on the tower first and foremost. That's right, I we don't mind continuing to look after people like them until we're done, Gajia. Just don't keep me waiting, Bunnings. Yep, just don't keep them waiting. Was soll ich auch mal machen? Ich will just for fun jetzt mal... Wie habe ich eigentlich noch da für meine Main Party? Ich habe nicht mal Ren oder Fieder? Oh, come on. Dann nehme ich sogar actually mal Richie von an. Und was ich dann mache, ist ein bisschen, zumindest solange wir hier draußen sind, die mit den nächsten Level hier voranzusetzen. Sie haben 150, wer bietet weniger? Ah, okay. Lloyd cannot be removed. Fair enough. So. Ich darf noch Teambuildings und sowas noch ordentlich machen. Also Character Buildings. So much to do. Das ist auf einmal so viel, was man machen kann auf einmal, während der ganzen Zeit eigentlich relativ alles so sehr railroaded war. Ist jetzt alles sehr viel offen. Finished for your meeting? Yeah, thankfully. You have the general gist of the operation. Now it's time to go over with each division what to do. The RMP will also be providing the necessary supplies for the operation. The majority of the weapons and munitions have already been delivered. Rest assured, the remaining supplies will arrive in time for the mission. Even if they help, I would be lying if I said our chances of success are high. We have to work together better than ever to overcome the odds again. I do everything I can to make this work as both this operations commander and as the one coordinating with the other nations. You're using your NGO connections to share information with the other countries. You're a real lifesaver, and neither my grandfather nor I have the opportunity to do that given the circumstances. Oh, oops, das wollte ich nicht. Please, I'm only doing what I can to help. Speaking of connections, have you heard anything from Materia, Gaius? Yeah, the church has agreed both the Retributive Tower and the Lyceum are special exceptions at royal intervention. They may be the exact opposites of artifacts in the sense they could have only been produced in present times, but the other dominions have been mobilized to keep the chaos from spreading through the neighboring countries nonetheless. It's interesting, but not unwelcome news. Agreed, this operation is a very fly-by-night operation, but it may just succeed with the cooperation of so many different collaborators. That said, none are more key than your team. Make sure you're all ready for what's ahead. Will be, Commander. Yes, ma'am. We prepare as thoroughly as possible in the time before the operation. We won't leave with any regrets. Okay. Dann haben wir Administrative District. Da haben wir erstmal die Gruppe da drüben. What are you all up to, Emma? Is this related to the dance? It is. We were just investigating the effects of its curse-like power. Harry and I bumped into them while patrolling around the city. I was also looking into how the citizens are faring as I was following the flow of the Septian rains. The brainwashing was has mostly vanished now, and the Supreme Leader has been removed and the mask has been destroyed. It's a relief to hear. Worry about how you're doing. Has the assimilation phenomenon gotten any worse since the last time we spoke? No, it's not a problem for now at least. I can still control my power too. Is this really all because you faced off with your doppelganger? Nothing like this happened to Rufus. That's what got me so confused. Not only the other Arene's appearance bugged me, but there was something off about him. He was bizarrely lifelike. Can't shake the feeling that he wasn't just a copy. I heard Arene be a special case. There's to be something to it. Die zwei Endings. I imagine it's because he has a key role when it comes to the tower, but I couldn't say anything beyond that. Regardless, I agree there's something ominous at work here that we are missing. Whoever this imposter is, we'll have to face him eventually, if he's going to block our path. Technically, he is a kind imposter. He's the real deal. And when we do, we have to fight not just to save Reem, but the entire world. And when we do, we have to... hab ich schon gelesen. Yeah, no pressure. We did manage to overcome even the Great Twilight. We can do this. If you feel like anything about your conditions changed, you had better tell us. Alright, yeah, well, thanks everyone. Listen to you all, as Zacharine as ever. Then again, here I am, helping to save the world too. Life sure is strange. AC, or Crow, I suppose, never of us can afford to die, are you? We need to keep living for the sake of our lost comrades. There's still a lot of sin to atone for. You're preaching to the choir, sister. I already died once, so I know I'm not going to raise my second chance. Let's get it done and make our old friends proud. Okay, so the Civic Center. Ich will mir die anderen leiten. So. Oh, hey guys. It's good to see you all. Same to you, sir. We are going around getting ready for the operation right now. Are you exchanging information with our fellows with the Empire? That's right. I want to learn more about the situation here directly. I'm happy you chose to speak with us too. To put it simply, the destruction of Juno has everyone in the Empire in a state of shock. Dad has issued a statement and is appealing for calm through a radio broadcast, but it's a lot to ask in times like these. I confirm that the 4 great houses have just had their own remote conference as well. They've all agreed to do what they can to keep the country calm, with Marquis Hyams, Ragnar and Ballard taking charge. But they will only be able to keep things in check for so long, especially when it comes to people's feelings. It's true. If there was so fresh in people's memories, it's hard to imagine everyone not feeling angry about what happened. Here, and that anger is going to be directed right at the United Nations, and by that, I mean Crossbell. Right now, it sounds like people are more confused than mad, but that's likely going to change in time. It's certainly wait or so. But if people start taking a hard stance on Crossbell, that's only going to play right into our enemy's hands. Humans are so foolish. Why point the fingers at Crossbell for this when the United Nations is clearly to blame? Of course, the very idea of the United Nations is a clear symbol of humanity's foolishness in itself. I say that fully aware of it's very much something that I would think of. You sure you want to be the one to say that? Truly unbelievable, Rufus. I don't know, I like seeing how he seems to finally have given the spectre of his past a boot. I don't be so sure about that. Regardless, Mr. Speaker, while I will admit this suggestion comes from a man as foolish as any other, if you truly have Crossbow, you must follow your heart and walk the road you believe in without ever hesitating. People harm more than just foolishness inside, and there's a sort of trust that can come from using one another too. So I just suggest you use any means you can to make your hopes a reality, including using us for your own ends. Gosh. That's encouraging to hear from you. Honestly, one day you will learn to be straight with your feelings. He's right though. If you're free to involve us in achieving your goals however you wish, we will be happy to contribute. Perhaps you're alright. Allow me to tell you exactly what shape my dream for the future takes. I wish for Crossbow to be a state that works for harmony hand in hand with its neighbors, not one that asserts itself over them. With so many people from other countries cooperating with us now, it feels as though my dream has already been half granted. But our goal is yet to be fully achieved. So I hope I can continue to count on you to bring about a future where we can stride ahead side by side. Of course, gladly, sure, we'll do what we can. Rufus really has changed for hanging out with your kids, you know that. I was caught off guard when that Marcus too still in the capital, but now I wish I could have gotten to know you all better. What kind of idea? I know the tastiest crab shop ever. Let's go together when we get a chance. It goes without saying that we were dragging Juices and Rufus along, their treat. Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Delightful even. Sure is, it's decided then. What was that I read about our treat? And now you're getting ahead of yourselves. We still have a mission to complete first. Oh, come on, you know we're gonna find a way to pull through somehow. So be it. If you're that confident, then I would be glad to treat everyone. Rufus? Being serious? Yes, it would be good to catch up with my brother and see for myself how much he's grown. And quite frankly, I never had a chance to get to know White Rabbit. That's it. A verbal agreement hardly means anything while the tower remains standing. And here I thought you were going to be thoughtful for once. Would it kill you to be more honest with your feelings? Look who's talking. You know better than he is, you know. Don't lump me together with him. You sure know how to go at it, but doesn't seem like they get along perfectly. Can't dare but agree after seeing them like this. Ja, das ist nochmal eine Charakter-Not-Familie, die ich sogar nicht hatte. Gut. So, wir brauchen 18 Arabic Tomato Shake for whatever reason. Ah ne, die brauchen sie nicht, wir kriegen es einfach. Danke. Gut. Random Conversation. Pierre, outside the Crossbow Police Department. Ach ja. Nicht du. Maybe we begin by saying that I command each of you for a job well done in freeing the city. Civilian casualties and property damage are both lower than expected. We couldn't ask for a better result. However, we now find ourselves faced with an even greater task. The retributive tower must not be allowed to fire again, or else all of Samurai will be plunged straight into chaos. Alright, facing another crisis so soon with little room to breathe may be demoralizing. Nevertheless, times like these are when you must show the world just how strong crossband resilience is. Our bride is just as firm as any great nation, even when we don't have a state to call our own. Isn't that right? Look at that, old Pierre's got some spine in him after all. I'll say, it's hard to deny it at this point. So, und dann haben wir noch andere Crossfire-NPCs, mit denen wir schon lange nicht mehr richtig geredet haben. You confirmed the Urban Defense Force's removal and apprehension. The second division will now focus on providing support to the Crossbow Guarding Force as they begin their preparations. I'm leaving the finer details to the team leaders. Do what you gotta do and get the job done. Let's put an end to this and take back Crossbow. Roger, yes sir. As for you and me, Raymond, we've got a meeting with the first division scheduled. Aye aye, Chief. Second division has his hands full. Let's work just as hard as they are. Mhm. Gut, dann. Gehen wir noch zum Entertainment District. Man könnte jetzt ins Casino gehen und da Stuff machen. Ich muss mal gucken, gibt es irgendwas zu kaufen beim Casino? Michi-Coin und Peggy Blushy. Ich bräuchte schon mal 5 von jedem, haben wir 6000. Oh, ich habe bei weit nicht genug Mirror. Gut, dann gehen wir kurz zu dem Elder. Leider keine Conversation mit ihr und wir können dann auch mal versuchen, was zu verkaufen. Hey, welcome kiddos! So your labis, you're becoming more and more human-like. You're welcome to come live with me if your friends ever got tired of you. Even give you my word not to sell you. Instead you will be the mascot of my shop. Oh, that's a chance offer. Don't fall for it, LP. There's no telling what unscrupulous things she will do to you. Something tells me she would treat you very well. Well, I would, so care to cut a deal? Hey, stop treating me like I'm merchandise. I always gets final say, and if she's not for it, it's best to give up. Yeah, unfortunate. Habe ich Stuff, den ich sagen kann? Jo. Guck mal, was wir wollen. Ich habe erstmal gesagt, wir wollen erstmal 6000 haben. Ist denn sonst noch irgendetwas? Ja, nicht wirklich. So, was wir jetzt noch gleich kriegen könnten, theoretisch, ist Newspapers, Crossbar Times, Emergency. Breaking news, major areas liberated, including Crossbar City. Thanks to the combined efforts of the Crossbar Guardian Force, Police, Bracer Guild, and other volunteers that summoned from various areas, Crossbar City has been reclaimed from the United Nations government as of press time this afternoon. The operation kicked off yesterday as the group neutralized the defense force strongholds located in Mainz, Michelin, and the Crossbar Police Academy prison. With the capital city now retaking a spell, by the locations in all areas of the region are officially liberated, bringing the new government's week-long illegal takeover to an end. Breaking news! Massive tower appears in Lake Elm. Not long after the liberation mission was deemed a success, an enormous towering structure suddenly appeared in the center of Lake Elm, stretching for more than an estimated 500 acre high. Its size is more than double of Orca's tower. Was krass ist. True naval fortress annihilated. Immediately after the mysterious tower's surprise appearance, it shot a massive beam of light into the sky, targeting Juno Naval Fortress, located in the Erebonian Empire's Lamale province. The base was bathed in a shower of light before vaporizing in short order, leaving not even the slightest trace of what once stood just moments prior. Luckily, despite the immense damage, recent Imperial drawdown and related military shuffling efforts meant that no units were stationed at the fortress at the time of the blast, averting what could have been a calamitous loss of life. A Supreme Leader's Proclamation. Just moments after the fortress's dramatic demise, Supreme Leader Rufus Aberea took to the airwaves in a broadcast transmitted across Lemuria to reveal that the tower, known officially as the Retributive Tower, was constructed by his government in secret. Should the other nations of the continent refuse to participate in this United Nations initiative, he warned, he wouldn't hesitate to deploy it on another target. International major nations in state of alert. Following the Supreme Leader's declaration, nations throughout Lemuria entered into a state of emergency as they scrambled military forces and began to evacuate citizens in selected areas. Reporters located across the continent tell the Crossbar Times that countries have geared up for war once again under circumstances not unlike those seen 6 months ago. All eyes are on the Republic of Calvard's response to the ongoing situation in particular, with the tower's next potential target set to fall within its territory. The Republic has rapidly deployed its main forces along its border with Crossbar, prepared to lay siege at a moment's notice. When the safety of our people is under threat, newly inaugurated President Roy Grammert stated, it is the government's duty to not only neutralize that threat, but also ensure that the aggressors pays an appropriate price for their actions in return. When prompted for their analysis, one government source took these words to signal Calvard's intention to stage an armed intervention in Crossbar. Breaking news! Crossbar to conduct infiltration operation. Just moments ago, right as this issue was about to go to print, the Crossbar Times received word that Crossbar's provisional legislature With the agreement of the Imperial and Republican governments, has authorized an infiltration operation into the Retributive Tower. We report back with more information as the story develops. That's a lot. Gut. Und als nächstes gehen wir dann in Richtung West Street, genau. Ich werde aber erstmal eine kurze Toilettenpause machen. Dementsprechend bis gleich. So, da bin ich auch schon wieder zurück. Gucken wir, was wir jetzt noch in West Street hatten. Wir können ja Free Items kriegen. Man konnte hier, wie gesagt, die Crossfire Times kriegen. Dann können wir noch mit Pete und Ian reden. Oh, it's you guys. Okay, I'm glad you could make it. It's been a long time since I last saw many of you, lovers and friends notwithstanding. Yeah, over 2 years. Part of me wanted to visit you. I'm glad it's happening now. So am I. I had the opportunity to examine the citizens' body language on my way here. In typical Australian fashion, they're doing the best to hang in and keep their heads held high. I've noticed it too. I'm sure many of them are scared deep down, but they're fighting it back and doing what they can to smile. Yeah, I believe so as well. It's because they've overcome so many trials and tribulations, not just in the last few years, but for a very long time. It demonstrates just how misguided I was to try to take that strength away from them. I should have really believed in their strength rather than use Kier and his appearance power to reshape reality and erase that perseverance. I've come to understand that more than ever. So remote. I'm glad you can believe in the people again, but don't forget that you're one of them. Everything you said applies to you as well. That's why you've done everything you can to help lovers and crossbuild, isn't it? You haven't given up. He's right, you're one of the people who's taught me how strong humans can be. That's why I was able to gain the chance to rise once more for Rufus. So don't go excluding yourself. Perhaps you're right. Oh, thanks to both of you. Now then, I didn't come here to be nostalgic. It's about time we get to work. Did you bring the materials I asked for, Pete? Yes, sir. Here's a register of foreign enterprises and influential people. Oh, what do you need that for? The appearance of the tower has Calvard and other nations on high alert. Something must be done to ease tensions at our borders. It should be time for all of you to take action. I'm not a civil servant I once was, but I'll use what connections I have remaining to help as best as I can. You did have an international reputation, so I'm sure you'll be able to help in that regard. I appreciate a lot of confidence, and do be careful out there. I believe in you just the same. Thanks, we'll get through this. Oh, before I forget, I want to thank you guys for looking into those weird sounds coming from under the law firm on the day of the signing ceremony. Everyone operating underground was able to do so much more safely because you took that one monster request. Oh, I forgot all about it. Feels like a lifetime ago. It reminds me that I saw some sort of strange shadow down there that day. Something doesn't feel right. Maybe we should go back there to have another look. Yep. Dann gehen wir nämlich mal da hin. Party setup has changed. Like when you're in town. Yeah, okay. Oh. Ich kann actually meine Party größer picken. Na komm. Da hätte ich ein bisschen die Chance nehmen könnten, Leute zu leveln, sollten wir das halt tun. Ist es noch jemanden, der 111 unterbietet? Das ist noch die Frage, wie sehen sie aus? Vom Bild her, wie sie ihn kennen. Haben wir noch ein Holy Breath? Oh. Pixie gibt mir schon Holy Breath. Let's talk about. So, du hast Wooden und die Buff. Ist okay. Susako mit. Ich gebe mir so jetzt erstmal so was halbwegs Rundliches da. Odin mit. Kagura und Lion King als beides zusammen ist ein bisschen silly, aber okay. Das können wir hier noch geben. Kann ich schon wieder eine Art hergeben, wenn sie schon drauf sind, to be honest. So. Kann ich jetzt schon die Deaths teleporten? Achso, kann ich sogar einfach. Und dann. This was the terminal we used before doing our investigation into the spirit rings. Yeah, Tion and I were able to conduct a long-range spiritual power search using it. Oh, this terminal is certainly seen better days. Can explain that. It was destroyed by an exploding archaism shortly before the signing ceremony, sadly. Intended to put on a repair order request with the Epstein Foundation, but then, well, you know. Come figure, it's something about his terminal stuck out to Lloyd back then as well. Yeah. Would it be possible for you to still search for this terminal's data? It's fine if all that's left are fragments and traces. I just don't want to leave any stone left unturned. Suppose there may not be much left as I wish, but I'll see what I can do. Would the three of you mind giving me a hand? I could use Elisa's help too. Okie dokie. That should be interesting. Warum ist Ren eigentlich gerade bei mir hier? Das stimmt, weil sie potenziell ein Partymitglied wäre. I feel like we've seen this name before. Near the military factory. Project Barber. And if any ideas on what it could be the first time we came across it. I doubt this has nothing to do with the Retributive Tower though. This project was likely what led to its creation. Is there any data on the project itself? Nothing that can be analyzed, sadly. The memory quartz was heavily damaged. However, there are some records on the new Zaubersoldat models connected to the project that can still be read. According to this, they were designed and sent into production in August of last year before the whole war began. That doesn't sound right. You're right, that doesn't make any sense. The final trigger that led to Elysium's creation came on the first day of the war, didn't it? Yeah, without a doubt, that's when the wheels were set in motion. If this record is to be believed, the Hammer and Asmodine existed before the war. That's impossible. I can confirm that as one of the Operation Jormungandr's leaders. Rest assured, he would have deployed such weapons if he had them. Once refuting that, it would mean that information on this memory course is incorrect, either deliberately or by mistake. All records you seem to line up, though. Maybe our big takeaway should be that if they had been made before the war, then this is what the fights would look like. It doesn't change the fact that the tower is already active. None of this information is going to do us any good. It'd be one thing if there was a lead on how to disable it, but coming up empty-handed like this is a real waste of time. Gotta disagree with you there. Any information is valuable at this stage. Progress is progress. So, you're right about time being of the essence. We found all we can here, so let's get back to the surface. Lass uns mal gucken. Ich überhaupt XP von euch gerade? Achso, nö. Ich kann auch ein bisschen selber fahren. Selber fahren wäre halt gerade ziemlich nice, to be honest. Weil ich brauche ein bisschen Geld. Achso, ich kann es auch nur Leute machen, weil Leute auch wohl ein kluges Level hat. Gut, aber ich glaube, Money Farm lohnt sich ein bisschen mehr in Reverie Corridor, to be honest. Ja. Dann gehen wir zurück zu West Street. Motors Bakery. I think we're finally done with our cleanup work. Well done, Oscar and Bennett. Yeah, it was quite the firefight we had outside the bakery. At least now we can finally open for business, right, Bennett? Right, it's certainly been long enough. Still, it's only a matter of time until this brief calm is shattered again. Oh, what do you mean? In the end, Crossville can't survive without Supreme Leader Rufus to guide us. He's so close to attain everlasting peace. Why must the police and Crossville guarding force keep trying to prevent that? Bennett, take a breath. What the heck has gotten into you? It's gotten into me? How can you be so ignorant, Dad? You've seen that tower. As long as we have that, nobody will think twice about trying to lay a hand on Crossville again. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Oh, not Bennett too. Oh, hey, you guys. Thanks for coming to everyone's aid once again. I'm sorry to say we're a little preoccupied at the moment. We're not open for business yet. We've got more pressing issues than opening the bakery right now, Oscar. Is Bennett alright? Yes, I'm sure you've noticed the rest of the townspeople are all back to normal thanks to you guys freeing everyone. But for some reason, Bennett still hasn't snapped out of it. Oh no, that poor girl. Well, I guess the effects of the brainwashing haven't worn off for her yet. Yeah, though, such cases are quite unusual. Maybe somehow the brainwashing resonated so deeply with her mind that it failed to wear off when it did for everyone else. Is such a thing really possible? I think so. The brainwashing probably controlled people by amplifying whatever anxiety they already had deep down. If so, Bennett must have been carrying some serious worries about something. That could explain why her mind still seems to be shackled by its effects. When you put it like that, I've noticed that Bennett's been a really big worry board for a while now. She kept making me swear I wouldn't go off and do anything else dangerous, maybe because I got injured during the war. It has to be it, I imagine. She must have thought that if another war broke out and you got drafted again, you really might never come back. I could see that being the root cause of all of this. Yeah, and then the brainwashing happened at the worst time and spiraled out of control. The real question is, how do we help her? It's okay, Lloyd. Don't worry about it. I think I have an idea of what to do. The of us at the bakery have our own unique approach to solving problems. And by that, you mean? Yeah, I'm going to make some special new bread just for her and have her eat it. That won't be any old baguette either. The flavor is going to be so out of this world it will bring her back to her senses. Bit of the aspiration for a loaf of bread, if you ask me. And I suppose we won't know until we try, even if I am more than a little skeptical. Actually, I think he's onto something. Bennett's a baker too. Of course, I can somehow deliver the shock to a system that speaks to that bride. It could finally cure her. If there's anyone out there capable of such a feat, it's certainly Oscar. Well, I'm convinced. I've actually already been preparing to make this bread just in case it came to this. Who knows how well it will work, but it's definitely worth a shot. The only problem is that I'm having trouble finding all of the ingredients I need. It's going to take more time to track them down. I'm sorry to make you wait, Bennett. Hang in there just a little bit longer. Hold on, guys. Let us help. We can track down what you need. Well, sure. You guys must have your hands full getting ready for your next big operation. We really have the time. That's irrelevant. At this point, we won't be able to concentrate on the operation until we get it sorted out. But he said we'd rather not have any regrets once the plan is underway. But I'd rather not have yet another thing to worry about. I guess I can deign to help. Us too, count us in. As long as we get some of that yummy new bread for ourselves, I'm happy to lend a hand. Here, guys, I don't know what I will do to deserve this, so thank you. Now, since we've been kind enough to offer, big time if you could score me some native bellberries. What are those? I'm curious to know. I've obviously heard of bellberries. It's a common enough ingredient. But native ones? You see, most of the bellberries you find are actually artificially cultivated. Native bellberries grow in the wild. Not only are they hardier, but they possess a different flavor too. They've become tricky to harvest lately though. Maybe the local vegetation has changed or something. Ask people who know the area around America and even people who travel Mine's mountain path and came up empty-handed. In that case, they could be growing somewhere along Ursula Road. Let's try searching some places that haven't seen much human activity recently. We may have some luck at that way. Smart thinking. Thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate you all taking the time to do this. I'll leave procuring the berries to you. Gut, die kann man uns dann später. Ich folge ein bisschen jetzt dem Guide so Punkt für Punkt, was wir in jeder Area machen können. Bevor ich irgendwann mal overload bin. Also nicht mal weiß, was wir noch nicht gemacht haben. Hey guys, how are you holding up? You're still alright, so you've remained up with Sophia? We just happened to bump into each other on the way back from taking care of a few wanted monsters on the highway. And we were just on our way to help with the food bank preparation at Belheim. We had talked about having Estelle and Joshua over for dinner the last time we went out to eat with Ren. Would it be an accident that we would run into each other again soon? Sure is. Actually, I wish the timing were a little better so we could hang out. So I mean you're not gonna come eat with us at the Belheim? I want to do something to thank Ren for saving me and being my friend. Well, that's awfully sweet, but I don't recall ever saving you. But you know that's not true. Plus, Papa said you saved him too. What am I going to do with you? Oh, you guys are even closer than I thought. Would it be alright if we drop by after our next big mission is complete? We can also try to squeeze in a small visit as we do our next set of rounds. Dad, we can do that too. Oh boy, you're always very softy, Joshua. Of course, we'll be waiting for you to come home safely. Be careful and good luck. Aww. Ren kriegt mehr und mehr Family Time. Ist das nicht schön? I know you could do it, Lloyd. The other police officers told us you were the leader of the big operation. Thank you for saving us. I didn't call myself the leader, per se. There were a whole bunch of people. Some you know, and some you might not know, like people from Erebonia. Exactly, and there's still work to be done. That means you're up, okay? We need JSSS around to pick up our slack. Frankly, you kids are more on top of it than most adults around here. Damn right, T wasn't kidding around. I need you guys to look after Ken and Nana for me, okay? Remember, if things get too scary, it's still brave to run to safety as fast as you can. Be all the good, we'll make sure to come to your rescue. Aww. Okay, we'll help, but we won't go too crazy either. Yeah, be careful, okay? JSSS, ja. Hilft uns aus. Gut. Gucken wir nochmal Juna von mir mal vorbei. Oh hey, it's Juna. Oh, and she brought the SSS in class 7 too. Your father already told me everything. I'm so glad they're alright. Same to you, Mom, and I hope you two have been on your best behavior. By the way, I heard you're helping with the food bank they're setting up. You can finally come in and out of the city now that the occupation is over. Some refugees and even entire households are going hungry right now. So we are working with the entertainment and residential districts to set up a food bank and distribute food around the city. You reach out to everyone at Villa Reasons to ask for our help as well. It's nice to flex my own maker muscles for once. You're gonna help too. You gotta be veggies and stuff. Alright, I'm proud of you guys. I gotta make sure I don't fall behind. You might have something else, Trina? Yeah, Lena really is the best. So, dann als nächstes Central Plaza. Wieder so viel zu lesen.
のような超兵器が近くに現れたのに混乱もそこまでではないですね。
なあ、思えば青の大樹の時やあの対戦の直前もそうだったな。みんな分かっているんだろう。今はやるべきことをやるしかないって。
強いのね、人ってでしょ。
Hey kids, good seeing you. To you, Chief. We just wanted to touch base. Looks like the cleanup of those towers at Arts remains is done. Yeah, knock on wood. The Red Constellation came in handy for once. The city came out as unscathed as we could have hoped. Pretty ironic, them and Kara would be the ones coming to the rescue after setting the blaze on fire once. Yeah, Iris works in mysterious ways, but they had guns at the end of the day. They go where the mirror is. I should be running out of here soon. I need to hook up with Dudley so we can start going over plans for the big operation soon. What's a guy gotta do to get a smoke break around here? It's a few minutes to breathe, too much to ask. Look at the bright side, missing your smoke breaks is doing wonders for your health. Physically, maybe. Not a smoker alive thinks it's good for their lungs, but we sure as hell need for our sanity. On a serious note, all we kids know we are standing at an impasse for Crossbell and its future, so maybe laying off the smokes until this is all said and done isn't a bad idea. Wouldn't want to jinx anything. Must be serious about this if you're willing to give up smoking, even if it's only for an afternoon. The chief without a cigarette in his hands just doesn't feel right. All the more reason we should pull this off. I'm not sure enabling someone's bad habits is a good reason to go stop a super weapon, guys. True. Sehr true. Just like old times, don't worry about me. You kids get back to preparing for what's to come. You're gonna need it. Taking the city back was a test for the police, but what comes next is gonna challenge all of Crossbell. Look alive and knock him dead, kids. I want only the best of what the SSS has to offer. Got it? Yes, sir. Gut. Man kann in einer Recipe ihren Rezept holen, das ignorieren wir aber erstmal. Und in Times Department Store kann man uns Moonless Morn 15, 16 und 17 nicht gönnen. Yep. So do it if you want to. Oh, sogar Padiri. It's Padiri, wasn't it? Thank you so much. I never expected you to get in contact with workshops and our partner stores in Erebonia. Don't mention it. Too bad I wasn't able to get in contact with all of them. I just wanted to help the department store and Sindria as much as I could. Because we are truly in your debt. Erish told me about you, but now I see just how initiative you are. How much initiative you have. You think? I'm a girl who gets things done. So. Können wir noch in Gente noch mit Good Old Wendy reden? Hey Ron, congrats on the whole liberation mission. That was nice work. I'm sure it's a big relief not to have those even defenseful spears breathing down my neck anymore. Still, I can't believe the Supreme Leader was hiding a crazy weapon like that up his sleeve the whole time. It's totally nuts. As if things wouldn't get any worse than they were, well, if he thought we were going to just roll over, he's got another thing coming. Don't worry, me and the rest of Genton crew plan to keep helping the police the best we can. The includes doing some open tuning, of course. Don't be strange if we need some upgrades. The United Nations and super weapon business have gone far enough. Let's bust the whole thing down and show them what cross-balance are made of. It's the plan. We put a stop to this, Wendy. Speaking of, wir haben sogar ein paar Slots, die wir noch hier freischalten müssen. Ja. Sehr schön. Ich glaube, wir haben zwar noch nicht alle im Record, aber glaube noch, ich noch nicht fertig, aber ja. So. Me. Hi guys, I'm glad you're here. I want to say thank you, cause you're why I can be with mommy and daddy again. So thank you. So grateful to you for everything you've done. Couldn't put it better. You've saved us so many times at this point, and you've given us the courage to keep going. And is the reason we can keep going. Ready? Then I gotta thank you a bunch more. I'll keep cheering you on. Hip hip hooray! Go SSS! Go Class 7! Everybody gets cheers. Oh, even us? I love it. I'm all fired up thanks to you. Adorable. Hello, Harold. Oh, thank goodness. It's so good to see you all okay. Good to see you're hanging too, Harold. So you guys just made it back from mines. Yeah, I was worried about the state of the city, so we came here to lend our support. As I received an update from the Guardian Force. You're all turning attention to that super weapon now that the city has been freed, is that right? It is. The situation is less than ideal, but we can't afford to give it up yet. Your allies have been so strong. Can't even begin to tell you how much that strength has saved me and my family. Here, I know it's not much, but I wanted to have this. Goodness, this is so much. Thank you, Mr. Abrif. You use it wisely. Can't help on the front lines that way all of you can, but I'll do everything in my power as a trader to help people in the city. And if I know my fellow grass balance, they haven't given up yet either. I'm cheering you for you all with everything I have. May ideas be with you. Thanks. Dude. Dann gehen wir mal noch zum Rooftop. Denn wir haben nicht nur Koppel, sondern auch Cerberus und Seo mit Zeit. Was sehr interessante Gruppe ist, to be honest. Hey, it's Zeit and Koppel. Who are your new furry and feathered friends? This is incredible. The side of the scene is warm and fuzzy enough to make my heart melt. Greetings. These creatures wish to watch over your heroics. They were drawn to one another and became comrades. Though in that case of the one named Cerberus, he's here because his master taught him to spread word about their store. Ich finde schön, wie Cerberus Advertisement bei anderen Tieren macht. You don't say. If I was God, you doing the weirdest jobs, huh, boy? This guy is his partner, Seo. Is he trying to tell us something? This one in particular is quite sharp. Indeed, there's a fair wind blowing. Fair wind? You guys won't know. Fear not, you understand when the time comes. Hey, I want to know how to talk to animals too. Let me join. Me too. I've always wanted to have a conversation with Copper. Can you dummies hear yourselves? We're in deep shit and you want to shoot a breeze with some animals? Oh, come on. They're more than just animals. They're friends and allies too, you know. As I said, they may not be human, but they see themselves as your compatriots nonetheless. I myself was never meant to align with the interests of humans, but circumstances led to me becoming a police dog, and now it's my duty to stand with you all, intend to protect this land's future. Thanks for always having our backs, side. We won't let you down. Ooh. Ah, ist jetzt der Character noch, die mir gefehlt hat. Ich habe das Achievement bekommen für alle Character Notes. Ich habe nicht mit Zeit geredet. Wie konnte ich nur? Und mit Milliam. How could I? Really? How could I? Gut, dann... wo renne ich denn bitte lang? East Street. Ich glaube, primär ist es so Fokus, also einfach erstmal nur die ganzen Gespräche um Crossbill so drumherum zu machen, ey. So, Business Owner Association, Hugo und Becky. So, you, Becky, Hugo, what are the two of you doing here? Good time to see you, Irene. Why the dramatics? Isn't it obvious? We're here to conduct business. Chairman Morris told me Crossbill was short on supplies due to our limited distribution whilst during the occupation. I figured I could use a hand once the city was liberated, so I brought as many goods as I could wrangle up. He met her and her farmer pitching in. Only sour thing is, I was running around the Empire making operations. This jerk had to go and spot me. Please, you know as well as I do, corroborating was the right thing to do. I never would have gotten a low enough price on daily necessities to end out if not for Kleist & Co. Why, you little... You looked as me for us too. We've been hoping to gain ground in Crossbill Market again. It took quite a bit of mirror, but I'm glad we are back in the good graces of the business owners association. You do realize it's all the talk. Makes it sound like you haven't learned your lesson. You two are the same as ever. Anyway, we'll be corroborating as best as we can with the operation. We've already spoken to the RMP and have a little surprise prepared. Such is the life of being force graduates. Let us know if there's anything more we can do to help, Breen. I will, thanks a lot. Okay. Dann kriegen wir uns doch von dir Stuff. Dann gehen wir mal in die Brazier Guild rein. Data instructor, had been wondering where you were. What's up? Hey, perfect timing. What's so? Just managed to get in touch with the Brazier Guild in HQ in Lemon State. The Supreme Leader went and declared war, so now the Guild has to gather its forces and step in. That's another factor that puts how dire the situation is into perspective. The Guild is acknowledging that this relates to the entire continent by getting involved. Well, it's not like everyone here represents the Guild or anything. Some people just like to stick their noses into other people's business. Why, whatever do you mean? I'm merely thought it would be best if I could help the Brazier Guild and the Rhymeford Group coordinate. The Rhymeford Group would be more than happy to provide as much equipment and information as possible, naturally. I hate to admit, but that would be a huge load off our shoulders. Even that special train they set up between here and the Empire was the work of Rhymeford and Class & Co., so I've got to hand it to them. You mean the one bringing supplies in? Kanal has gone a long way at calming down the chaos in the city. Not that it will last. Things are only going to get worse until we do something about the tower. So it really stinks if we can't expect any help from abroad soon. I know, HQ is one thing, but getting in touch with each country's branches has been tough with all of the chaos. I wouldn't expect any to make it on their own, seeing as most mass transit is still down. Still not giving up just yet. I'll keep in contact with who I can reach if us all on the same page. It would go a long way. Thanks, Michael. You're going to give it all to. Exactly. Let's keep making our final preparations and not leave anything undone before we begin the operation. Good thinking. We should all make sure not to neglect our equipment either. Everybody's right across the street, so we can drop by later to stock up. Got it. Let's get this done, people. Okay. So, in Long Lau kriegen wir noch extra Food von Sansan. Mittlerweile weiß ich mal, wie man ihren Namen ausspricht. Wir können das den Dialog so schön können, aber ja, echt schon so viel. Goodness, wonderful to see you all again. You informed us on the details of the meeting. We also will be participating in the operation. It's great to hear. When you guys really stick out like a sore thumb. You can go wherever you want, thank you very much. You know what they say about fighting on an empty stomach. We were a threat to this land during Crossbill's last bit for independence. I won't allow anyone to disturb our master's final resting place. I swear it as the head knight of the Strahlritter. We promise to lend our strength during this operation. Indeed, we may have crossed blades before, but we hope our strength proves useful, as it says. The same goes to your friend in the sunglasses. Though, if you waver even a little bit during the mission, I won't hesitate to plunge an arrow into your heart. Do what you must, but I assure you I do not intend to pull any punches. Understood. We'll be counting on you, Knights of the Stahlritter. Who'd have thunk we would someday team with them back when you fought them at Stargaze's tower? I certainly didn't, but I'm glad to have them on our side. That's yeah true. So, dann gehen wir erstmal zur Nine Valley. Yeah, we got it. Good to see you, young master. You as well as SS. I hope you're here to prepare for the operation. We really watch the timing if we're bumping into you guys. It's been a while since I've seen you, Sax. But since the last independence scuff a few years ago. Still too soon if you ask me. Come on, Captain, don't be like that. Not that I blame you after last time, but business, you know. Yeah, but this contact has nothing to do with the young miss or Commander Sigmund. It should be enough to satisfy you. So you're saying this is a job your squad took on personally? I've forgotten the Red Constellation were the ones who were contracted to attack Crossbow City and set it ablaze. But I also realized there are more pressing matters than what happened then. You take the firepower on our side this time. My sentiments are the same. We borrow your talents as long as you don't intend to do any more harm to Crossbill. It is us how you can atone for your sins over 2 years ago after we've reclaimed our futures. Damn, you guys know how to hold a grudge. I have my own thoughts on Miss Orlando's actions, but either way, business is business. We look forward to working together. And Julie had some, Shirley hat's ein bisschen übertrieben. You're gonna use the rocket launcher again, right, Mama? I'm straight. Make sure you hold onto that rudder jingle. There's a good chance for you to test your airship handling during mid-air combat. You can handle a dogfight. That thing looks pretty beefy, but I'm sure you'll be fine. I know it's talking about the same operation we are, but it doesn't make this conversation any less unsettling. Sehr true. Evidence my favorite customers. So you guys are working with the SSS too? I suppose so. It's a long story. Good to be working with you again. And look at that. All our guests of honor in one place. I even say the top shelf stuff, so be sure to take a look. Yeah, but make it quick. We've got prep work to do, too, you know. Sure. Ist eigentlich irgendwas im Bargain drin? Nö. So. Gutes. So ein paar Sachen gemacht. Ökonomie Schneider Badge. Okay. Ja, hier ist die Frage, ob ich die U-Materials verwenden will, aber eigentlich nicht. Eigentlich erstmal nicht. Gut, Harvesting Time. Oder? Ne, warte mal, wir haben noch zwei Sachen, die wir machen konnten. Genau. Nicht euch. Friend ist nämlich hier. Hey, Noi. Hi, everyone. Came to pay my homage too. Friend told me all about a mission to stop the tower. You two and the SS will be taking part, won't you? You're fine with going up against something so dangerous? Mom, I've seen you two off into danger countless times. I know you come home to me, but it doesn't stop a mother from worrying. Don't sugarcoat it. This is a dangerous mission. But it doesn't mean we're without hope. More importantly, if you don't put a stop to that tower, you may lose Crossbill for good this time. I have to do this, Mom. I have to see this through to the end, even if it means pushing myself to the limit. Ray's right, I feel the same way. I haven't had to navigate an operation like this from the water, but I'm going to do everything I can to make this mission work. I won't tell you not to worry about us, Mom. All I want is for you to also know that we'll be coming home. Yeah, I know you will. I can see it in your eyes. I know it must sound like a broken record at this point, but I will never stop believing in you. Best of luck to you too. I will see you soon. Yeah, see you soon, Mom. Just watch us. I swear on my police badge that we're going to pull us off. Das mache ich sogar mit, Friend. I swear as well. So. Dann kann man von dir auf noch Food for free. Man kann bei ihm auch noch eine Recipe holen, aber wir haben schon alle Recipes. Hey Dorothy, didn't the two of you say you were going to patrol the city outskirts? Yep, just got back actually. We jumped into a big monster by patrolling. Lynn and her crew gave us a hand after they spotted us doing the rounds too. It's unusual to see monsters that dangerous so close to the city limits. Can't afford to ignore their monsters given what happened before the signing ceremony. What's strange is it feels like they are popping up out of nowhere. Which is not unlike the Great Twilight. I would wager the tower's influence is what's causing it. One more reason to take care of that thing. You're going to keep patrolling and wiping out monsters until the operation begins. Thanks to you, that would be a huge help. That was only the first time we've worked together, but you already lived up to your hype, Sophie. And you're not too shabby either, Laura. It's a shame you're not part of the guild. Please, you flatter me. Positions may be a bit different, but the asset school has always held the good in high regards. Both sides strive to protect people after all. Everyone welcome the opportunity to fight alongside you, and especially Faye. She's just a dose of cuteness, cuddly adorableness that I need injected straight into my veins. Did anyone else just hear the sounds of red flags being raised? Yep. Hey, could you show a little restraint, please? Sorry about her, but don't worry, she's harmless. If you say so, it looks like we can count on the two of you in a fight at the very least. And out for that, we'll take care of any large monsters we see to about too. So. Dann haben wir noch Rex und Vivi hier. Harry, you guys be keeping busy out there? What's up? Things have been pretty wild ever since the Liberation mission ended. I've known you were in town, Rex, but I had no idea you were coming too, Vivi. Did you rush here after the city was liberated? Bingo, Linda and I hitched a ride with Hugo and his crew. They expedited my travel papers as a special correspondent from the Imperial Chronicle. The plan is to cover the tower operation with Rex. Oh, you really hit the ground running. Killing assist isn't hard since everything happening in Crossbow has a direct effect on what happens in Erebonia. That gives me a chance to dust off my war photographer jobs and take another future front cover shot. I should have captured the moment you guys saved the day, so make it a real banger. You won't disappoint. I know that, to go with the SSS, we're going to put an end to this once and for all. You had better, and when you get back, I call dibs on the first interview with your friend in sunglasses and this cute dolly. Ah, sounds popular. I doubt anything I could tell you would be fit for publication. I'm not sure why you would interview me, but I don't think there's a future where I'm in an article either. Don't spread the deeds. Nobody knows what the future will bring. Yeah, no need to rush a decision right now. Keep it in mind. And we'll talk it over after you all get back from being heroes. Wann spielen wir mal nicht Heroes? So nach dem Motto. So, dann kann man auch mal zu Here noch reingucken. Well, it's good to see you all again. Welcome, members of the SSS. And to you especially, my dear Sally. Jin, I heard you left Crossbill. Don't tell me you left Calvard to come back now of all times. And what's sort about that? I have my reasons. Instead, I'm disappointed to hear my very own Harry conspired with that villainous Supreme Leader to harm you, Ellie. I know it's far too late, but you have my sincerest of apologies. Come on, Jin, you don't have anything to apologize for. As for you, Cao, you're not a man I thought you were. Was a little scheming while you convinced grandfather to have me sent home. Come now, you're looking at me so disdainfully. I give you my word that I did it with your safety in mind. We did temporarily cooperate with the Supreme Leader, but it was simply so we could investigate his intentions. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, as it were. Isn't our cooperation in liberating the city earlier proof of that? Stop playing coy with me. Regardless, let me say that the retributive tower far exceeds what we could have imagined. I don't particularly enjoy letting my enemies gain an advantage, but we simply have no answer for something like that. Now we have no choice but to lend our aid to your infiltration efforts. Because it's in the best interest to protect Hera, the convent, and Master Jean, of course. How very like you, Cao. Though I suppose that's why I trust you to cooperate. You'll work with anyone if that means protecting your interests. True enough, I give you credit for assisting with the liberation mission. Hopefully your connections with the Republic will be useful. You know, Cao, I'm thinking of getting in touch with father, grandfather, and my sister to ask for their cooperation as well. It's my duty to take the initiative if I'm to be the next head of the house. I give my word I will do anything and everything to protect that beautiful smile of yours, Ellie. The guy is really shooting his shot. Thank you, Sin. I heard you to that. Yep, das ist auf jeden Fall. So. Dann Grace ist auch zurück. You did what? I must be hearing things because like you just said you went to North to follow up on a lead about a missing prince. That's why I skipped the signing ceremony. You're out of your mind. I'm sorry, the info was sensitive, so I couldn't risk telling anyone. My bad, didn't mean to worry so much. But thanks to that, I got tons of leads on the Defense Forces movements in Erebonia and up close coverage of Prince Olivier. Scoops galore. Not that we'll be able to publish much of it. I'm just going to cut my losses. I know better than to try to rein you in. Oh, come to think of it, I read everything that you published in a special issue. Talk about articles with impact. It got bright as a journalist too, you know. I just did what I could. Had to write for the special issue, the liberation operation, and do a lot of location coverage. Really beat. Come on, where's the crossbar times? Fire anybody? You guys are killing it. Okay, up this roll, and the next special issue should be a real gem. Did you just say next special issue? Just to have a sprint story, he has a few tricks up his sleeve, so we're going to have more work to do. Up ahead on Reigns, we've got to scope out a perfect spot to take photos and footage from. I mean, I did hear from one of my contacts that he was up to something, but I didn't think that would lead to me doing coverage. Wait, we're going now? Das hat wahrscheinlich von Richard gehört, oder? Na, mal gucken. Dann haben wir noch die IBC Building. Hey there, guys! Looks like you're gearing up for the operation too. Yeah, we're just doing some rounds while we're at it. We're making adjustments to the orbital gear. That's right, we even got some help from Elisa's mom. Oh, orbital gear, it's strong, sensible. I give it 82 points. Doesn't mean much if you don't tell us what it's based off of. Sorry, that Thomas Rosenberg doll I've heard about. What a fascinating assistance you are. Oh, how I'd love to take you apart and examine you piece by piece. Yeah. I appreciate it if you would refrain from frightening her. Yeah, I was just throwing it out there. I already have a bunch of automata for testing purposes, so we can always talk about her another day. Oh boy, this lady doesn't crit. She told me she was stubborn, but wow. Come on, Mom. It's alright, the professor is aware of just how vital you are for this operation, so she won't do anything. Besides, we've got plenty of other things to worry about right now. Like the orbital gear, right? No, it's been tuned to perfection. It should be able to operate at about 120%. We even installed an escape system in the event of an emergency, upping pilot safety by 285 points. That goes in part with the updated monitoring system that now tracks the pilot's vital signs. So did you mean yes then? I don't really understand the finer details, but it sounds like you've gone above and beyond here. In such a short amount of time to boot. Well done, Professor Russell. Tita should be good to go, thanks to you. No, she's not. Tita, please think this over. I'm fine with you being a helping hand on the operation, but is it necessary for you to be on the team storming the tower? I know I've been to hell and back before, but you're still a normal girl. You're my girl. Professor? So that's what she meant. Of course her mom's not gonna agree to all this. You're wrong, Mom. Tita? You'd see me for who I am better than anyone else. I'm a full-fledged engineer and one with the power to stand with my friends and fight. And what if the next target ends up being a liberal? Don't you see, Mom? I have to go and do my part because I have the power to do my part. Tita? I know a choice is scaring you to death. During the 100 Days War 15 years ago, you saw how much Liberalians suffered under imperial occupation. Awful as it was, it helped you realize the kind of engineer you wanted to be. You and Grandpa developed military airships to help Liberals stand strong. Even after the war, you traveled the continent to help those in need. It meant you weren't home all that often, but you were doing what was right. Just better to hear all of this. Oh well, I learned it all by watching you. And just like you, the world around me has helped me realize what kind of path I want to take. I need you to see me off, though. See me off as I embark on the path I believe to be right. There's no changing your mind once I've made it up. It's cute, but it's a pain. Must have gotten it from your dad. Herein, I see you off, but only if I listen to this one piece of advice. No matter what happens, don't give up until the very last moment. I know you can do this. You're my daughter, and I love you with all my heart. Oh, Mom, I love you too. Thank you. Oh, and here's a photograph of a death beam gun. Take some stun grenades while you're at it. A prototype, nicht a photograph. Was lese ich? If things start to go south in the tower, take out a cherry top and let his corpse pave the way to your survival. Mom, you're scaring me. Like clockwork. Also, that ends well, it seems. Maybe Cheetah's got her mom to recognize his skill and passion. It's a big relief, yes. So she's okay with her going or not. It's so cute, P. They're an amazing mother-daughter duo, aren't they? Yeah, but I think you and the chairman make quite a pair too. She gave you full authority on this, right? It's not as grand as you're thinking, she just said it in your usual clipped manner. You sort of arrange for the hairs that you want, but hey, she said, so I'm going to do it. I do whatever's in my power as a daughter of the Reinfeld family. You're amazing. Well, we'll be counting on you then. Mr. Jeff also thanks you for the weapons and the orbital boats provided. Just happy to do what I can to help. The future belongs to all of us, so we need to work as a team to get it back. Couldn't agree more. And let's continue outside of the preparations. Gut, so, damit hat man das. Dann könnte man noch West Street gehen, beziehungsweise nicht West Street, West Mountain Path. Auch nicht. Ach hier, es steht direkt als Gospel Cathedral da, alles klar. So, können wir wieder Marble aussuchen vielleicht? Nee, du hast Athena. Yeah. Light, thanks so much for what you did for the city. I'm glad to see you, Eddie and Kia are alright. I can't understand just how important it is that you've brought hope back to everyone's hearts. Everyone in the cathedral is in much higher spirits than they were before. It's good to see them smiling again. We all know things are still dire, but we're holding out faith that we'll find a way to pull through again. May I just be with you all for what's to come. When you see marble, we're not going to lose faith either. That's right, we do whatever it takes to put an end to this madness. Just that in the meantime, we promise we'll be careful. Gut. Und dann haben wir noch ein Ding. Nämlich beim Friedhof. Da. Mother. Cyrus and Shizuku, he must have brought her here so they could tell Saya what happened. So I came to visit too? Oh, hi everyone, and you brought Kia? Shizuku, I'm so glad you're okay. Likewise, I was pretty sick when I heard you had gone missing. Sorry about it, I'm all good now. I didn't think we'd run into each other again before the operation. I suppose we were both thinking the same thing. Yeah, I wanted to pass a message to Guy. And I wanted to see my dad. I suppose coming here is something we all do to prepare ourselves. So it would seem. This is always how it has been for us too. Can only imagine how worried Mother has been for us. I want to let her know that me and Father were going to be okay. It's so sweet years ago. It was the contested nature of CrossBuild that led to the incident that took Saya from us. I once thought the only way to honor her sacrifice was to carve out a future where CrossBuild would be independent. Our reasoning was misguided and what we had planned was doomed from the start. But on the day of the signing ceremony, I felt the future I dreamed of was within reach. And also thanks to the future it created. Sure, you can grasp the future again by stopping the tower. I believe so too, Arias. The path ahead of us has never been an easy one, but the future will be brighter than ever once this operation succeeds. I know it. None of us have any intention of letting go of the hope we finally managed to find. Let's give this everything we've got, Arius, for a crossbell. Of course, I'll be counting on you all once more. Schön, wir können auch mal bei Guys gerade mal vorbeigehen. Okay, kommt und nichts Interessantes. So, ich spiele es gerade nicht. Also das ist das, was jetzt so scribbled war, ne? Der Red Tombstone war das, was die von Grimwood sind, die Familie. Na gut, damit haben wir erstmal den ganzen Spaß. Gut. Done. Should be able to use the bikes here. Yeah, I teach anyone who doesn't know how to ride, so just let me know if you want to try. Ich habe gerade keinen mit Ordnung, der mir Treasure Chest anzeigt, ne? Was war nochmal dieses Ding, was mir Treasure Chest überhaupt anzeigt? Ah, hier, Second Mirror. Genau. Gibt noch 2 Truhen.
これは希少な品だな。強敵だな。
強敵です。くれぐれも慎重に。
Oh, warum hast du die noch nicht gescannt sind?
そうだ、崩した。
もらった。任せて。やっ。
俺の番だな。いいもんを食って。俺。そうだ、今だ。エリ、頼む。
了解だ。はあ。
そうだ、今だ。
もらった。
しゃらくせえ。上げていこうぜ。
やっ。
そうだ、今だ。
もらった。
終わりだ。俺の番だな。やっと。いいぜ。崩れたぜ。
隙あり。はい、今です。
もらった。
私の番。いや、今よ。
So, kann er wohl auf uns stealthen? Ja. Warum kein Vogel? Das ist so wieder egal. Dum, dum, dum.
お宝じゃねえか。一気に行くぞ。
アークス駆動。
ほらよっと来やがれ。行くぞ。
私の番ね。やっ。敵続けてくるわ。アークス駆動。
任せろよ。 ほらよっと行きやがれチャンスだ
隙あり
俺の番だな。
ゼロブレイカ
そこ今よ
そこだ
終わりよ
そこだ。
Die Stealth-Scheiß nervt.
行きますはっ私のパッ崩れたわ
そこだ。ありがとうエリー。いつも助かるよ。
当然よあなたのためだもの
Zoom.
悪くね
Dann. East Crossbow Highway.
Sakashimaのバベル。ここからはっきり見えるな。
Ja.
あそこに乗っ取られたエリュシオンが
そしておそらくは
我々がやるべきことはここで油を売ることではあるまい。
そうですね。準備を進めないと。行きましょう。
Hier ist noch die schöne Test, die ist voll weit, deswegen ist er jetzt eigentlich hierher gekommen.
ついてるね
Dann gehen wir mal zu Amerika.
いい景色いつかこんな場所でスーちゃんと静かに暮らせたらな
そうだな。どれくらいかかるかわからないが。
お前らくらいのガキにしてはささやかな夢語るじゃねえか。
相当厳しい過去をたどってきたからこそみたいねめんどくさいなでもいつか居場所を見つけてほしいものです
No. Ah, so good to see you again, SSS. Hey guys, could you still in one piece? Saved you, Scott. So came here to catch up with Pearl? Yeah, I figured I'd greet somewhere around as an opportunity to check in. Couldn't help but notice she wasn't in any of the cars that brought the refugees home. Sorry for not leaving sooner. The others were so worried about the families they left behind that I let them go first. I wasn't as worried because I knew you'd be okay. I knew you'd come for us. So I married you. Here I'm the only one seeing those fireworks. Sorry about that. Anyway, Pearl told me all about how much you helped everyone. You guys protected America while the city was occupied, right? It our hands full just trying to figure out how to save mines. I really owe it to you all. Yeah, it was thanks to the SSS allies that stayed behind and were able to feel safe. Could you tell the young man with the spiked hair and sister that wears an eye patch how much we appreciate what they did for us? Sure, I'm glad we could all be of help. I'll pass you a little message on to Walt and Scarlet. Adorable. So... Dann... Two. Es gibt nämlich ein kleines Mini-Event.
Ja, to. Say, ja.
Look, is that hot water? It wasn't here when you us came through this area. Saying hot spring appeared out of nowhere, then I wouldn't be surprised if this was another fairy spring. What's a fairy spring? It's an unusual kind of hot spring that can appear spontaneously when there are extreme disturbances to the spirit winds. Saw it happen across the Empire during the Great Twilight. Right, but I never thought I'd see one in Crossbow too. It's hardly surprising when you think about it. The tower's absorbing vast amount of mana through the spirit veins themselves. That's disturbing them more than anything to date. They put it like that, it would be confusing if they weren't consequences. So to say, this water is dangerous because connected to the tower through the spirit veins, though far from it. Can vouch that there is some mana in the water at the very least. I call the fairy springs we encountered in the Empire to be rather relaxing. Really? I can't want to try climbing in now. I'm going to object to do a little R&R. Yeah, not miss an opportunity to slack off. Kinda me shocked. Doesn't harm in taking a break now and then. We should feel lucky you found a spot like this. Let's keep this occasion in mind in case we ever want to jump in and take a soak to recharge. Ja, das ist einfach ein kompletter Voll hier. So. Gut. Und theoretisch ist ja eigentlich noch ein bisschen ungeöffnete Map. Teile der Maps, die wir nicht gesehen haben. Einfach weil wir durch Cutscenes einfach durchgelaufen sind, nicht in echt. Hui. Oh ja. Gehen wir nach Mainz proper, würde ich sagen. Achso, ja, Mainz Mining Village.
鉱山町の人たちには本当にお世話になりましたね。
なあ、おかげであの包囲を乗り越えられたんだよな。支え合う強さですか。
私には縁遠いものだな。
ルーファス？
Jiro, what are you doing here? Oh, Jonah, look at all those legit-looking friends you've got in tow. So anyway, I was making my way across the Isengard Range all by my lonesome when I learned Crossbow had been occupied again. Soon as I heard, I came rushing back. It wasn't easy with the borders being closed, but after crossing many a mountain and valley, I made it back in one piece. Du bist mir sagen, du bist von Isengard Range die ganze Zeit über Gebirge hinüber gestolpert, sag ich mal so. Nur um nach Mainz zurückzukommen? You what? I gotta be pulling out a leg. I remember seeing an email, but I didn't realize you were one tough customer until now. You know, I had no idea why there felt like a pit in my stomach that wouldn't go away at first, but it makes sense now. I don't think I'll be going away anytime soon. I will. Be careful. You will. You too, and take care on the rest of your journey. Alright. Yeah, I knew all the side was alright. The folks at St. Ursula's hospital just got in touch. Research was a success, so I just let everyone in the town know. Isn't that wonderful news, Ronnie? Sorry for worrying everyone. In a small detail of note, according to the radio, Crossbow has been liberated. Can't thank you enough. This never could have happened without your help. You've given us the courage to press on once more. For people like us, especially. All the townsfolk gathered together to listen to the radio. And when we heard the city had been liberated, we had nothing but glowing praise for the SSS. The SSS has always had my back, and no one started them, and so forth. Now that's just embarrassing. But he's hardly the only one who had kind words. Everyone here in Mainz has been on the receiving end of your help. But even us downtrodden souls are determined to find something to do in this situation. count don't count anybody in Minds out yet. You can leave the rest here to us. Ich glaube, der Satz macht gerade grammatisch nicht viel Sinn. Suppose you're also in the middle of your mission. Please be careful. Take it hard. Don't worry. Thanks all for your help. So. Ja, wir können auch direkt mal zu St. Ursula gehen. Wenn ich sie sehen würde auf dem Ding. Ach so, hier, es gibt noch mehr.
Mireille さん、一命を取り留めて本当に良かったですよね。ランディ先輩も作戦中ずっと気がかりだったみたいですし。
ああ、でそこまでじゃねえっての。まあ、来たついでに見舞ってやるかね。
おやおや、語るに落ちたみたいだ。
私も潜伏中にお世話になった方々に挨拶しましょうか。
Was war mein Chat hier? Is everyone today? Michette came all the way from Michelin wanted to see you. Aww. Oops. Ist irgendwie cool, dass sie Michelle oder sowas hier anholen und zum Beispiel die Kinder oder sowas noch ein bisschen was zu geben. Gut. Kann ich direkt zum Rooftop gehen? Ja, Rooftop. Oh, it's good to see you all. I wasn't expecting you to show up eventually. I was expecting you to show up eventually. As I told you earlier, First Lieutenant Mireille's surgery is when as planned. Though she is far from being discharged, we'll be monitoring her condition for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I figured. We owe you big time, Doc. Is that great news, Randy? I think it's a huge weight off everyone's shoulders to hear that she will be alright. Yeah, even someone not from Crossberg can appreciate the sacrifice she made. Let me echo around the sentiment. You can't thank you enough, Dr. Salent. I'm also proud and grateful to you for helping, Linda. You told me I'd come back to Crossberg with her, but I didn't expect you to find you here. Well, I am a Force alumni and former nurse at St. Ursula. I couldn't just sit on my hands and do nothing. I want to pitch in, even if I can't fight on the front lines with all of you. Rest assured that Mary is in good hands. We see that she and the other Crossberg Guardian Force members and police officers here get better. Really appreciate we would really appreciate that. So, Miss Orlano, what would you like to do now? She's not conscious yet, but the condition is stable. I can allow you a brief visit. Are you serious? Would I jest? Besides, there have been numerous accounts of comatose patients being able to hear others' voices. It's possible your visit could help your condition further. Thank you, Doctor. We appreciate the gesture. Should you come visit Mireille then? Sure. Take it up on that. Very well then. All I ask is that you keep your voices down. There are still other patients in the building. Will do. Then if you'd follow us, should we go too? Doesn't have anything to do with us. True, but you may as well go out of respect. I agree, I want to see how she's doing too. Let's accompany them. Mireille, color's looking a lot better now. Yeah, and they're being stabilized. Right as too, she's pulled through the worst of it. Thank goodness. Yeah. Sounds like her condition was severe, but the goddess watched over her. Same dog worked on the Emperor too, right? She knows her stuff. The rest will be up to her at this point, but she'll be fine, I'm sure. The crossbow guarding force are no pushovers. Exactly, the best thing you can do is believe. Okay, but they all care about her so much. What if I'm capable of thinking of others that way they do? Thanks for all you've done for us, Mireia. So take a good rest. We keep on from here. Randy. Yeah. Make sure you come back, you idiot. If I don't have you, I still haven't told you anything. Don't worry, she only fell back asleep. She shouldn't even be trying to talk. Try telling her that, she's always pushing it. But hey, it's only a matter of time. You're not the only one who's got stuff to talk about. You have the chance soon, I'm sure. Just another reason we've got to make this operation a success, right? Yeah, I'm feeling more fired up about it than I was before, even. You see you when all's said and done, alright? You take care of any business, then it's right back to you before you know it. Her condition is stable, anything could still happen. I'll continue keeping a close eye on her. You can see her again whenever you like. You have my permission. Well, thanks a million. Just doing my job. As for my other patient... Is that... Ilya? I did receive word she was brought here. Correct, she's in this building. Cesar should be watching her at the moment. You're welcome to go and see her if you'd like. Really? Thank you. Mind if you come along? I'd like to know how she's doing, yeah. You're coming with? Just try not to bug anyone. I'll check in on my other patients, so I'll leave you to it. Take care, alright? I'm still especially worried about you, Reen, given all the changes you've gone through, but I trust you know when it's too much. I'll let you know if I need anything. Thanks, Linda. Saying the goodbyes to Linda, they were left to their own devices once again. Dann gucken wir mal noch, wie es Ilya geht. Oh, hell no, you need to stay in bed. Well, times do I need to tell you that I'm fine. You're such a worry ward. Oh. You all couldn't have come at a better time. Oh. My controller died. Ich hab gerade gewundert, warum geht's nicht weiter? Ja, about that. Ich mal ein bisschen hier Platz machen. Mit der Tastatur, damit ich ein bisschen angenehmer auch den Controller halten kann. Da kommt, verbinde ich auch wieder. So. Well, hello everyone. I didn't think you'd be paying me a visit so soon. You're looking even better than I expected. It's such a relief. I've got to agree with Sully. You're probably still running on adrenaline. You should get some rest. Not to mention the psychological toll those masters had to take on wearers. No one could blame you for staying in bed while you can. Honestly, a hospital bed is the last place I want to be after how long it took to complete my rehab. Frodo was finally ready to take the stage again after 2 long years. But I also got in my head that Crossbill could never be the same again until I did. It must have been my mistake. Don't force me to put the mask on, so I share just as much of the blame. Do you mean? Yeah, where is this coming from? I've been filled with desire to make my performances bigger and better for as long as I can remember. The more time I spent away from the stage, the bigger those dreams got, until I wanted to put on the biggest show ever. Not so big that it would enrapture everyone, every living person in Crossbell. That would seem completely impossible for anyone but you. In other words, the role you played was a perfect match because it was what you wanted for yourself to begin with. Starting to click now. Yeah, it certainly makes sense when you put it that way. You could tell there was a part of you that was concerned with putting on an entertaining performance even when you were fighting us. But it doesn't mean the dancer is who you really are. So what? You're not just going to move around and feel sorry for yourself, are you? Maybe I've made a real mess of things, and yeah, I can see its future might be a lot muddier now. But you're the one who taught me that the only way to fix your screw-ups is by working hard and improving. Sorry. She's a point. I also think it would be unfair to ignore how reliant Crossbow has become on you as a role model. It's a feeling we know all too well, and we let it cloud our judgment just the same. Sure as hell did. Take our word for it. It's worth it to stick it out and make things right instead of walking away. I want you to take the stage again, but it doesn't have to be as simple for Crossbow. Just be yourself. Best performer there ever was. Yeah, I've been dying to see you make your comeback just because I want to see you perform again. And some of us haven't gotten the pleasure, so no, we want to see you in your element too. Can't deny that it feels like we've missed out. Yeah, I want to see you on stage from our very own eyes. I do believe the audience has spoken. I don't know what to say. Alright, me? Give up? Quit to early retirement? No, I would never. I'm Ilya bloody here, the fervent dancer, to perform Mr. Brave. There's no place in this world where I belong more than the stage. I'm going to take responsibility for my role and what's happened. And I've paid my dues. I'm going to show each and every one of you the show of a lifetime. Got lost time to make up for as soon as I get out of here. But yet, I put the new moves I learned as a Tuscan dancer to good use. You will? I'm hardly surprised. Every time this woman falls, she gets back up stronger than ever. Of course she does. That's what makes her Ilya. But I hope you aren't forgetting doctor's orders. You need to take it easy for a while and recover your stamina. Yeah, I almost forgot. Get some rest, you maniac. I know. As much as I don't want to stay in another hospital bed, I can't begin to clean up my mess until I've recovered. Nevertheless, my point still stands. You all don't need to worry your pretty little heads over me. All I ask you promise to do what I can right now. Fight your butts off. It's a promise. Yeah, don't worry, we'll take care of things. Get well soon, we'll see you once this is all over. Was ich auch mal machen kann, ich kann mal Reverie wieder mal ein anderes Kostüm geben. Ich habe es nur gemacht für für die Cutscene sollte ich einfach cool fanden, dass sie mit dem Dancer-Outfit zu haben, während sie gegen Ilya fightet. So. By the way, ich meine ja, es gibt noch eine Secret Trophy. Eins davon war, dass wir noch von uns in die ins Shield Run gegangen sind. Das Terminal uns angeguckt haben. Das zweite, was dafür wirklich relevant ist für dieses Secret Achievement, ist in der Police Academy. Also warte, ich kann von hier aus nicht fast traveln, oder was? Ja, okay. Police Academy Prison Deaths. Hello there! I hope we aren't interrupting anything. Not at all. Though I wasn't expecting to see so many of you all at once. I trust preparations are going well. That they are. Is there anything we can help with? We are trying to uncover exactly what happened here. Actually, a few of you were involved, I believe. So you and Hemisphere may be able to help. Could I have a moment of your time? Never saw myself having the police. I still don't see it. Too much effort, so it's all US. Nadia. Or me in particular. Well, we found a certain something in there we are not sure what to do with. Thought it'd be better to figure out what happened before deciding how to approach it. I think I know what you found. See, that does sound like a job for me then. No cooperation is appreciated. If McLean and Lord Rufus would also share their accounts on what happened here, that would also help. You have my word that I will not press you on your backgrounds if you choose to cooperate. We'll hold you to that then. It all happened so fast that there's a lot I don't remember. I was hoping you'll be able to fill in any gaps in your memory. Suppose I can help just as once. Being so cooperative is reading me out some. That's enough whispering. I have some questions for you too, you know. This is part of the Monarch's regalia. Array carrying artifacts does fall under the choice purview. I'm not sure there's a point with this one so broken. Sorry about that. Wasn't much choice as I had views with the Emperor. Or whatever he turned into. What if it resonated with his obsession towards Swin and Nadia, transforming into a monster? That can happen. Still a lot we don't know about artifacts, but I didn't think they were okay with something like that. Wouldn't be the first time an artifact reacted to a person's thoughts. At least it lost the ability to do that now. See no problem with leaving it in the police's hands. Understood. We turn it over to the cathedral once we've finished writing our report. The information is giving us a fuller picture of what went on as well. Though I do wish we had more to go on to probably identify this Emperor individual. You're better off not thinking about who he is too much, not like you'll be causing any more trouble anyway. An organization doesn't take kindly to anyone digging into their affairs. Even we're in the dark about it, and we were a part of it for a few years. Then they operate similarly to the society. The First Division can't afford to turn a blind eye to criminals who operate within its borders, dangerous or not. We likely need to work with the guild to keep an eye on them as much as we do Ouroboros. Yeah, you have our full backing. I'll be sure to share what we've learned here with the other branches when I can. Can you clarify something for me? You said the Emperor who showed up wasn't a real one, right? A simulacrum then? I don't know what I want to add to the list with the Supreme Leader, McBurn and the other Arios. It's right to think that there's tech so advanced that they can copy a guy like McBurn and not have him notice he ain't the real deal. If Elysium can calculate the future well enough to calculate to call it a prediction, then it could certainly calculate a living being. It also makes what Nadia and Spin said a little strange. Yeah, how come the replica Emperor was different from the real one? Even the way he fought against us was different. The biggest one was him being willing to overlook our betrayal. The Emperor we knew would stop at nothing to see us dead, and for that same offense. He's the type to take pleasure in seeing someone kill their own partner. He'd never miss a chance to make us feel the worst kind of pain imaginable. But then why would Elysium choose to realize him the way it did? It really is capable of analyzing a person's makeup down to every last detail along the future. Why would such obvious tells that give the replica away to anyone familiar with the original be part of their design? Yeah, that's a good question. There's no logic behind an AI choosing to calculate any replica that way. Huh. This gonna sound weird, but work with me here. Say you failed to kill him the first time around, what do you think you would have done? He probably would have considered us his finest tools for being able to corner him as much as we did. Then he'd brainwash us so we'd never act out of line again. So I guess there are scenarios where he'd forgive us if what you're trying to say. And if you could think that, then it makes sense for the replica to think that way. My head's starting to hurt. Sorry, saying stuff like this isn't like me at all. Not like there's any point in talking what ifs. I don't know whether this relates to your case, but there's no such thing as a true perfection in this world. Und in dem Falle macht es wirklich mal Sinn, über What Ifs zu reden, weil wir haben einen fetten What If gesehen. Again, callback zu Code Steel 4 mit den 2 Endings. Das eine Ending literally is ein what if of the other. The reason may appear that way to us, but it's likely no exception. I agree, and I imagine that's what Prince Olivier and the others hope to exploit through their plan. You'll be taking part in the operation too, won't you, Dudley? Yeah, although only in a supporting role. The true keys to its success will be all of you. I may not be able to accompany you this time, Bunnings, but I still expect you to do your utmost to ascertain the truth. Look after them, Eglaine. I'm certain to keep them safe in your and Guy's place. Get us our answers, Detective. Count on it. After bidding farewell to Detective Dudley and Officer Franz, they resumed their preparations. So. Dann können wir mal in die Wetlands 1 gehen. Und wir haben einen kleinen Boss. 39. Ja. I don't see the issue. Dass er den Defense down hat, nutzen wir das mal aus. Spark. Ist eigentlich gescannt, ja. Mal hier, damit er nicht down geht. So. Black Submarine Orchard. Oh, look at this fragment sparkling even though it's jet black. It's a different type of submarine ore. Black submarine ore, I think it's called. Yeah, we came across some of it last year as well. It's even more richer than a standard submarine ore, which itself is renowned for being nearly flawless. Professor Schmidt discovered a way of processing it too. It should be possible to upgrade a weapon with enough of it, even here in Grossbell. That old Kurt is something else. Yeah, Canberra wasn't too happy when he heard the professor had one-upped him. Oh yeah, Finder Grams was the one who found a way to refine submarine ore in the first place. Maybe in the barrel arc. Well, whatever, I'm not going to complain as long as we can use the stuff to make better weapons. Agreed, it will be useful in the battles ahead. The Institute of Technology should have the data on the refinement process. I have them send it over to Grossbell. Appreciate it. I'll get in touch with the local workshop so they can get us get up to speed on how it works. Yippee! Something worth cheering about. True, bolstering our offensive capabilities is never a bad thing. Though a single fragment is much too small to upgrade even one weapon. A few more should do the trick. Let's be on the lookout for them as we travel. Gut. Dann haben wir noch ein paar Treasure Chests, die wir mitnehmen wollen. Nicht gekillt? So.
お、なかなか強そうだね。
Oh, dann ordentlich.
お宝じゃねえか。
So, ist Level 3? Das macht es auch nach dem Guide danach. Nach dem Guide käme jetzt erstmal Michel. Ja. In Michel gibt es nämlich die letzte Requirement für die Secret Trophy. Die aber erst wirklich dann viel später braucht. Ich glaube, ich habe das Achievement sogar, weil ich mir gerade genau im Kopf habe, was das Achievement ist. Ich wollte sie nicht schlagen. Ah, see you guys. Gee, I'm so glad you're alright. It's good to see you well too. We just thought we'd stop by. Well, Rosine, how are things going over here? Not bad. The bros finished their analysis not long ago. Really? It was simply a task, especially given the most of the device's capabilities have already been demonstrated to us. Though the fact that the device capable of so much exists at all is something I did not expect. That says a lot in itself, coming from you. You mentioned that this device was responsible for the retributive tower's active camouflage, right? But it's not the same as the stealth technology used to hide Courageous 2 in Nord. Oh, this goes well beyond just active camouflage. This device does much more than that. For one, it's capable of noise cancellation to a degree that would, and did, allow a weapon of that size to be built in secret. It even made use of the open network and communications agreement to order boat routes to keep them away from it. Is that even possible? I had wondered how it was made without anyone realizing, but I suppose we now have our answer. Was the sonorous seashell part of this? Though it was only the final piece in a complex arrangement. The false divine blade of wind that appeared in Nord was also controlled from here, it seems. That was done all the way from Crossbow? Is there anything our enemy can't do at this point? Sheesh. I can understand how that artifact would enable such a thing in theory, but it's still hard to believe. Yeah, we're talking about something on a much bigger scale than a round of 7. A lot of this makes it sound key to our enemy's plans. Why is it just left here? We don't need it anymore now that the retributive tower is finished. Shame we couldn't ask the person whom we thought you that question. Agreed. Use of Elysium has thrown Eteria into an uproar too. No doubt, none of the Singularity stuff fits into our holy text at all. But I can't exactly fight under the category of unexpected miracle like the Sword Pale or McBurn either. There's no place for vague words like miracle when talking about a singularity. You're talking about a technological feat that was always been possible for humanity to achieve. That is, save the part about it having never before documented capacity to calculate the very future. The predictive conditional convergence calculation that we were told about. We can calculate the odds of potential outcomes based on the variables you define. Are there even any limits on what you could do with something like that? Say no. Providing you know what you want to achieve, you can explore every possibility and option for getting there. If you had to choose between two options, you could calculate the possible future for both and reject the one with the worst outcome. Multiply that by an infinite number of choices and potential futures, and you have an idea what Elysium can do. It truly boggles the mind. Calculating possibilities to avoid the worst, huh? The description made me think of Muse's ability a little. That mixed with Aaron super instincts? I wish. Got nothing on that kind of stuff she's describing. At this point, it's genuinely believable that every decision we have made has been exactly in line with our corporate's projections. It's so crazy. At least a question of exactly what future they are trying to bring about. Whatever it is, I can see it being a bright one if a super weapon like the Retributive Tower is a key piece of the puzzle. We can't let this come to pass. Right, you're not letting some AI decide our future for us. Took the words right out of my mouth. Sounds like Jonah and the professor are helping with what Prince Olivier is planning too. We can do this, I know we can. You guys aren't gonna believe the surprise we can store for you. When artificial intelligence reaches that point, humanity's true value will be put to the test. Those were Epstein's words when he predicted the existence of a technological singularity. If you want to prove there's still a place for us in this new future, you better sprint ahead, full bore, and prove it. Can count on that. Yeah, that shouldn't exist. Discrepancies with simulacra and prophetic conditional convergence and calculations. Feels like the pieces are finally starting to come together. All that's left is for us to confront the true culprit behind everything. We've done it before and we do it again. We solve this case. Just you watch, guy. Wir kriegen noch 7 AP dafür, dass wir sozusagen diese Secret Trophy freigeschalten haben. Und dann können wir endlich mal Ursula Road durchgehen. Ich glaube, wir haben bis Ursula Road fast noch gar nichts gemacht. So, was genau kann man noch alles hier finden? Okay. Dann müssen wir gucken, ob die hier gescannt sind oder nicht. Sehr ja. Come on, ist gedodged. Können wir den Tower auch jetzt noch besser sehen? Sieht schon mal aus. So, haben wir die Blu-ray schon gehabt? Anscheinend. Ist noch mehr? So.
負けられない。
Interessant, ich habe schon anscheinend die meisten Sachen gescannt.
よし。
任せて。はっ、私の番ですね。戦闘終了。お疲れ様です。よくやっ
So, wir wollen noch zum Field Exercise Camp oder zum X-Camp.
強敵だな。
みんな油断は禁物よ。お返し
Zwischen diesem Free
俺
Chain.
の番だな。
Du bist nicht voll gescannt.
俺の番だな。それ。
任せて。アークス駆動。行きます。アークス
よし。
駆動。
さあ、いったー。とどめだ。体崩した。
もらった。やっ。えい。アークス駆動。行きます。アークス駆動。お返しよ。私の番ね。
我らに光をノブレスアーク。
私の番ね。いや、崩れたわ。
そこだ。
えい。続けてきます。
いいぜ。いいもんを。ほら崩れたぜ。
隙あり。私の番ね。行くわよ。食らいなさいから今よ。
そこだ。
私の番ですね。ショックモータルミラー今です。
もらった。
俺の番だな。
Yes.
望むところだ。
いいぜ。いいもんを。ほら崩れたぜ。合わせてもらうぜ。
イエス。
行くぞ。ゼロブレイカー。よし。
Sehr schön.
もう大丈夫だ。
やったわ。よく。
と。
いや。
レベルアップ。
So.
強敵だな。気をつけていこう。
Ist ja was so Bildenbeeren? Oh, those all look like red strawberries. Should have like bells. Don't need bellberries. Which means these must be the native variant. That's what Oscar was searching for. We would have thought we'd find them at one of our field exercise camps. It's been just another year since then. Looks like they took root and bore fruit in the interim. There's something kind of poignant about it all. Totally, I get that. Anyway, looks like you found what you came for. Let's get him back to Oscar. Very good idea, Juno. Was für ein Pan. Very good idea. Naja, alright. Die bringen wir aber dann ja gleich erst zurück. Wir gucken erstmal hier noch durch. So, Ezra wrote 2. Gut. Wir haben nur eine Sache. Wir dürfen wieder angeln gehen. Schon mal gucken, Zeugs. So, das Schirm ist nice. Stargazer Tower ignorieren wir erstmal ganz kurz. Hier ist eigentlich gescannt. Ich stehe gerade mit einem bisschen zu leveln, kann man das ja auch machen. Bonk. Gut. Was war die Sidequest hier? So. Fisherman's good. What are all of you doing out here like this? Wait, I should know the answer to that. Hey, if it isn't Lloyd and his SSS pals. Would you believe it? We found a rare catch in these waters. Today is just full of surprises. Is this seriously out here fishing at all times? We've got to respect the hustle, if nothing else. Come on, guys, you give us a little credit. We are not out here just for ourselves. Everyone's relieved the city has been freed, sure, but things aren't exactly sunshine and rainbows with the tower looming over us. Some of the folks over on West Street are staging a food drive to help out those in need. We are not great cooks or anything, but we are fishermen. We better, what better way to help than catch some fresh fish? The Fisherman's Guild is all about bettering the world through angling. Makes sense when you put it that way. You're sure to have some spirits. If it's food, you get caught yourselves. That's right, but here's where things got interesting. Found ourselves a jeweled cancer out here as we were fishing. It's one of the rare 3 great crabs of Samuria. It is? The name is interesting, but I can't say I've heard of it. It does ring a bell. It's a mutant strain of a snow crab, I think. Yeah, jeweled cancers are particularly sought after. They're said to be especially tasty when cooked. They are? Oh, now you've got my attention. Exactly, what better I'm here to give out at a food drive than some delicious steamed crab. This must be the will of Ideas herself. That's why we're not going anywhere until we've caught the thing. Which means we might be here a while, considering it has been awfully tough. Could really use a hand. Hey, yeah, now's the idea. The pair of divine anglers here with Lloyd and Estelle. Not to mention Reen earned the title of Angler God from the Imperial Fishing Club. Talk about an all-star lineup. It's still a pretty embarrassing title. I don't feel like I did much to earn it. Still, I'd be able to land my lure if it's for a good course. If it's for crossbow citizens, then I have to cast my rod, Brace's duty. Hopefully you've been fishing enough lately for it takes for such a big catch. Yeah, I'm sure we can always catch some more fish to shake off the rust if it ends up being too much to handle. You leave discussing your freeze cable's hand then. If you must, I suppose it won't be right to pass on an opportunity to feed hungry people. Good luck, Free. If anyone can catch a crab, I know it's you. So, Leute ist der Ori, must be set as party leader. Na, okay, haben schon Leute.
ここなら釣れそうだな。よし。俺の番だな。私の番ですね。俺の番だな。
Let's go.
それ。よし来た。しまった。
Schade.
それ。よし来た。
Ach, schon so früh. Ich habe ihm jetzt genug Bait, das passt schon. Oh lol. Das war ein Frame oder so zu early. Das war easy. Shoot cancer. Well done, Knight. This is why you just started the crossbow branch. Truly, that was a hell of a performance. Thanks, guys. You're gonna make me blush. And since my wife was the star, shows one big crab. It's even bigger than I was expecting. Hey, so when can we eat it? Now. Can we start cooking it now? Oh, the also Pete. I said it's going to that food drive. Seriously, some self-restraint. Studying your trolling. Anyway, now we have to bring this beauty to the fine folks over on West Street. Thanks for all the help. Seriously, we need to get this delivered. But it won't be right not to thank you for our left. Here on us, this is the best one we got, straight from our most tenured member, Rod. Can we really have this? Of course, we couldn't offer if we didn't want you to have it. Besides, think of it as a little parting gift. The attributive tower is so large that it feels like you can reach out and touch it even from the shoreline. I'll say, it's enough to send shiver down my spines. Ain't that the truth? I can hardly believe something like that was built right next to one of our favorite fishing spots. Actually, I ran too far away when the thing suddenly appeared. It was terrifying. It was like the damn thing sprung straight up from Ghana to destroy the world. Yeah, maybe still we can't just sit around doing nothing. That's why we wanted to do something. Anything to help. We're just a few crossbow fishermen, but we still got our pride. If we can bring even a little piece back, then we'll do it for the sake of the world and our fishing spots. You guys are a real catch, you know that. I think this just goes to show how bright crossbow's future is. There are people from all walks of life fighting for its security. Something all can agree on. You think so? Talk about an honor. Well, we should be setting off. I know you kids will succeed. I'm here to be with you all. And make sure to drop by West Street later if you want some delicious grub. Be there. We'll bring the butter. Alright everyone, let's move out. Yeah. Damit haben wir das. Gott. fehlen noch einige Treasure-Tests. So, dann Ezra Road als nächstes. So. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich die Sachen hier gescannt habe. Scheint mal ja. Gut. Okay, du bist nicht gescannt. Stimmt, Zero Craft können wir ja auch Zero auch für S-Crafts einfach nutzen. War schön. So, gibt es noch welche, die ich austauschen sollte? Das niedrigste Level, was ich gerade gesehen habe, war 114. Für Rishia ist okay. Immer 15. Das ist okay soweit. Gut.
Oh, ついてんな。
強敵か。面白え。宝箱か。
強敵ですね。注意してください。
So.
宝箱ね。
So, damit hat man den Spaß. Ja, würde ich sagen, machen wir jetzt noch unsere Bakery, unser Bake-Off und dann auch erstmal dann reicht's heute. Können uns dann beim nächsten Mal um den ganzen Rest kümmern. Mortis Bakery. Score. Hey folks, do I see me or did you? You sure did. We found the berries. And all native berries. Great, it's just what I was looking for. I know I could count on you guys. To explain, this new bread I'm about to make uses a tweaked version of a recipe that's near and dear to me. It's been a while since I made it. It's hard to get the berries to mesh with natural yeast while bringing out their tartness. Like tough work, but the end result must be worth the effort. I'm sure we all can't wait to see how it turns out. I'm so excited to see what it looks like. So much fuss over bread of all things. Well, now I've got everything I need, it's time to roll up my sleeves and get baking. You guys mind waiting a bit? It won't take long to finish. No problem, take your time. You're waiting with bated breath to see what comes out of the oven. 30 minutes later. It smells real nice. Yeah, like sweet milk and berries. There's something else, I'm not sure what, but it smells familiar somehow. Is that? And Daria? Well done. Wonderful, you finally finished making it? That's right, I just took it out of the oven. Not to be melodramatic, but this may well be the combination of every experience I've had up to this point. Culinary and otherwise. Wow, that's significant, huh? Now you've got me more anxious to find out what it's like. Alright, now comes the moment of truth. What are you doing, Oscar? Today is not one of our beer bread competitions. Besides, there's no way you can outbake me at this point. Put stronger feelings into what I make. Back when you were injured, it opened my eyes to... Actually, never mind all that. The point is I won't touch that bread. You can make me eat it. You're nothing if not stubborn, Bennett, I'll give you that. But I mean, I'm stubborn. You're the one who's always looking down. Prepare for Zoldan Battery. Let's have Bennett's mouth full of fresh, fluffy bread. Huh? Oh. Oh. Well, did it actually work? Oh, how does this taste so good? I guess I have this flavor too, isn't this? That's right, it's bearberry bread made with natural yeast. It was the first recipe you ever taught me. Now I won't deny that I still have a long way to go as a baker. On that fateful first day we spent in the kitchen, you taught me how bread could move people, make them generally feel things. I wanted to be able to do that for other people with my own creations. As my craft improved, as I have more and more possibilities. Being with you and your dad has taught me so much. I want to cherish the emotion I felt the first day and carry it forward. As I promised you, Bennett, Ideas herself could try to make me away and I'll fight it. I'm not going anywhere or anything. You and I are going to carry on the bakery. You and me together, okay? Just girl, You're being serious, right? You're not going to leave me again? Of course I'm not. I'm staying right here, it's a promise. And we keep baking together? Yep, you and me, Bennett. Stuck with me, like it or not. Going to hold you to that, alright? You better not run off on me like that ever again. Ever. On my word. Nothing matters more to me in all of Sumeria than you, Bennett. It's going to be you and me working those ovens for many, many years to come. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Sounds good? Yes, that sounds perfect. Oh, Bennett, I'm so happy for you. So, are they officially an item now? Ist die Love Story auch endlich mal? I mean, startet sie nun endlich mal ordentlich? Sounds like the bread did the trick after all. Huh, swear that was gonna happen to her if she didn't snap out of it. Damn, who'd have thought a bunch of flavor and water could pack that much of an emotional punch? That will teach me to respect my local bakery. And yeast, don't forget yeast. But yeah, no wonder Oscar feels so fondly about that bread. It's the very first recipe Bennett ever taught him. Anyway, I guess you could say he played his trump card as a baker. Just goes to show that really does conquer all, even a stubborn case of brainwashing. Yeah, it was quite an impressive display of devotion on his part. Oh, to be so young and full of passion. It's about time I retire from the business and leave the bakery in their capable hands. Can think of no worthier heirs, that's for sure. Exhaust got heartfelt loaf of bread. The old Bennett was finally back in action. His recording was ejected for any lingering trace of the brainwashing and concluded it had completely vanished. Thank you so much, everyone. Couldn't have done this without all of your help. No problem, we are all just happy to see Bennett back to normal again. Besides, you were the one who made the piece de resistance. We just found some berries for you. Maybe so, but promise is still a promise, you know. Which means it's time to pay the piper and hand over a nice fat slice or free, or else... Yeah, what she said. We want bread. We want bread. I just couldn't restrain to deal with these two. Very not, ladies. Oh, the is still on the table. And now, so this is bread. Here are some extra loaves I made just for you all. They're all yours. Ospen special. Yes! Come to Mama. These are kinds of payments that make life worth living. I'm gonna eat mine right now. Slow down and leave some for the rest of us, will you? Find somewhere to sit so we can all enjoy together, huh? It really does smell wonderful though. I know it's so nice and warm. This might be my favorite bread I've ever had. Oh, thanks. Glad you all like it so much. I know things are already looking crazy again, but I have complete faith that if anyone can get us out of this, it's you all. Make sure you all come back safe and sound. We'll be here waiting to help you replenish all those lost carbs. Be sure to prime your appetite. Thanks, Oscar. We come back here with everyone when this is all over, we promise. Oh, sehr schöne Szene, not gonna lie. Und ja, damit beenden wir das hier für heute. Wir machen beim nächsten Mal weiter mit noch mehr Sidequesting und noch mehr Sidequesting und noch mehr Sidequesting. Wir haben doch so viel vor uns zum Sidequest. Aber immerhin, wir haben schon mal an sich den Großteil der großen Crossbow-Tour erledigt. Hoffentlich. Ja, so ziemlich. Eigentlich ja. Der größte Spaß, den wir dann eigentlich noch haben werden, ist dann eigentlich im Reverie Corridor. Aber gut. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Es gibt viel mehr Support. Ansonsten, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin. Ciao und Baba.